Hey everybody, it's Jay. Welcome to the channel. Man, I always got to remember to unmute myself because I keep forgetting that the mic is actually muted when I'm getting ready and setting everything up. But anyway, I digress. Guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining me for this live stream. As usual, this is my absolute favorite part of my weekend. Guys, how are you guys doing out there? I hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe. It's been another crazy week of toy news, toy events, just some ups, some downs, just everything and everything, literally everything in between. It's just absolutely freaking insane. Guys, once again, welcome to the channel. My name is Jay. Of course, I am going to be hosting tonight. It's 1:00 a.m. here, Eastern Standard Time in Canada. I am here, of course, in Markham, Ontario. For those of you who don't know where that is, it's inside the province of Ontario. A lot of people know Toronto a little bit better, but yeah, I am here in Markham, Ontario. Guys, how are you all doing out there? I hope you guys are doing well. Pardon me. Yeah, it's been one crazy week for toys, as it always is. It literally seems like toy news and toys in general just keep coming. It's almost like it's a never-ending treasure trove, a never-ending gift that all these toy companies keep giving us every week, every single time I go out there, every single time I go out hunting. I always end up finding something. 9 times out of 10, I strike out. I mean, it happens to everybody, but every now and then I find something really cool, and it's no matter what, it's always a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm wondering how things have been going in your neck of the woods, guys. This is our time to actually, try to unwind, try to forget about all those things that have been happening in the world today. Because let's be honest, it's been pretty crazy out there with everything that's been happening. Hopefully, though, and keep your heads up high, guys. We're going to get through this. Or it's only another, as I keep saying to everybody, it's just another stepping stone in what's been happening, in daily life. And as long as we all stay strong, as long as we all support each other, we are going to get through this, guys. Anyway, today I wanted to talk a little bit about the topic of tonight, honestly, is going to be exclusives. Oh, God, that wonderful time. And this is usually the time it happens, the con season, when it's usually the time that people go out, go to conventions and all the different exclusives that come to conventions, whether they be from Mattel, from Hasbro, from any company out there that's actually creating new and exclusive toys that only come out for these particular conventions. And now we see retailers getting into the game, which is kind of ridiculous. But we're having this fall geek out, we're having the summer Target geek out, we're having all these crazy stuff. The what is it the Walmart does? Walmart does the I don't know, the collector something. Walmart does its own collector thing. And I mentioned it multiple times that I really don't appreciate that type of predatorial marketing. I think it's actually very disingenuous. But I do have to say that in many cases it's the only time and the only way that you can get some of these crazy exclusives that they seem to be offering around this time. And unfortunately, we all get trapped into it, right? They always somehow, some way, somebody ends up offering something that just appeals to you, right? Whether it be from Massive Universe, whether it be from DC Multiverse, whether it be from G.I. Joe or Gargoyles or any of these properties that Star Wars, you know what I mean? Like any of these properties that really tug at the heartstrings of our childhoods, of just. As a collector, you just want to be able to grab it all, right? It's just one of those things, and a lot of us just have to come to the grips. A lot of us just have to come to the idea that we don't need it all. Like I've fallen into that trap many times where I think that I absolutely must have this. My collection is never going to be complete without it. But the reality is that we really don't need it all, right? There's going to be FOMO, right? FOMO is the thing, the fear of missing out, right? FOMO, right? Fear of missing out, right? It's gotten to every single one of us. We're all victims of it. And whether you're a collector or whether you're somebody who's collecting to mint and box collector, whether you like to open your toys, whether or not you're doing it for an investment, which of course I've always said multiple times. Collecting toys for investments is not such a great idea. I don't think it's actually conducive, because I really do believe that you could. It's like the roller coaster. It's like anything. It's like coin collecting. It's like all that stuff. You could be up one day. Could be a figure could be $300 in one day, but then all of a sudden something happens. A person who's associated with that brand, whether or not by name or whether or not by character, right? All of a sudden they do something strange, and all of a sudden, boom! The value of that character plummets, right? We and the opposite is true too, right? Sometimes the character is taken off a show, for example, and all of a sudden, whoop! All the price of that character, that action figure just skyrockets, right? But inevitably, things start to plateau, right? Things start to even out, right? So it's always that game that you end up playing if you're actually going to collect for an investment. So buyer beware. It's always of that little game that everybody plays. Cheers, everybody. Oh yeah, it's starting to get a little bit colder here in Ontario. The weather's kind of going, and then all of a sudden rises again, and then goes and rises again. So yeah, it's one of those things. My allergies. I don't know if anybody's an allergy sufferer out there, but 9 times out of 10, I get hit with major allergies right at the beginning of the summer when when pollen is all shoots up into the air. The trees are doing their thing. Flowers, trees, the whole 9 yards. They're all pollinating and everything like that. Yeah, I suffer big time right at the beginning of the summer, and inevitably, right around the end of the summer, they shoot those damn pollens up again, just to repopulate or whatever the heck they do just before fall. And all of a sudden, you see my eyes start to water, my nose starts to run, right? I got a sore throat. It's freaking terrible. Anybody out there who's an allergy sufferer, what I'm going through. And I would not wish this on my worst enemy. Honestly, it's a really terrible thing. Gosh, it's just one of those crazy things that happens with allergy sufferers. But we're not here to talk about allergies. I tend to ramble when I get on here, guys, because it takes me a while to get comfortable. But anyway, let's get on to what our first topic of the night is, guys. Honestly. Man, exclusives, right? Seriously, exclusives. What do you do, right? These are those wonderful little must-have figures that are only released at, for instance, San Diego Comic-Con or the upcoming Hasbro Pulsecon, or in the case of just what happened last weekend, PowerCon. So congratulations to everybody who went to PowerCon. I was not able to make it, as I said last weekend, but I ended up living vicariously through everybody who did make it. Thank you guys for sending all those pictures. Thank you for posting on your Instagrams, on social media, guys. It was a wonderful, YouTube, everything. It was amazing being able to see some of the sights and the sounds. And you know what? I'm so happy for everybody who got out there and had those moments where they could go back out to a convention and gather and have fun and share in all the great things that bring us together for like toys and action figures, and in this case, Masters of the Universe. Oh man, I so want to go, and I'm hoping that next year I'll be able to book a trip and actually head out there. For the rest of us here, like in Ontario, and for all of my brothers and sisters down in Australia, and other parts of the world that are unfortunately going back into shutdowns and stuff like that. Guys, we're all in this together. I'm hoping that everybody is doing well and staying safe. We are going to get through this, but we were able to actually, because we couldn't actually attend PowerCon in person. We got to live vicariously through other people, and it was amazing. One of the news groups that was actually able to get some photos and talk a little bit more about that, of course, is our good friends over at toys.newark.com. News.toyark.com, and they also reported on a very special limited edition release that happened at MattelCreations.com this Monday. And as for some of you who follow me on MJR Collector, I think you saw me going a little bit crazy, a little bit nuts, trying to get my hands on some of these exclusives. So, guys, let's talk a little bit about this, and let's try to relate as to what exactly happened. What exactly happened here? Now, this is going to be a point of contention for a lot of different people. I mean, at the end of the day, whether you love them or you hate them, they are a part of collecting now. It's become part of the ecosphere of being a toy collector. the fact that, you know what, every year there's going to be a convention which comes around, and people just absolutely have to have these one of a kind figures and sets that come out. And this year was no different. Mattel Creations, which is Mattel's, I guess a lot of people are calling it, the return of MattyCollector.com. I'm not sure if that's actually what it is, but it's what I like to think of it as is their place to do one-off projects. And I think that it's very much akin to what Hasbro ended up doing with Hasbro Pulse. I think that these are what they're trying to release here are projects which are of a big risk. Projects which they've always wanted to do, whether it be like project managers who have got a great idea, anniversary projects that are risky for companies like Mattel, right? Because they really don't know if they're going to sell in massive quantities, right? So a lot of what they've been concentrating on are some of their biggest brands. For example, Barbie. They've been doing a lot of stuff with Barbie related merchandise, right? Right here we have one called the Crystalline Dream. Barbie signature member exclusive. So you have to be obviously you have to get a membership on MattelCreations.com to even have the ability to actually purchase this one. This figure in general, yeah, she's very unique. She's $100 and that's the other thing. These are what's it called, exclusive figures. And they come with equally exclusive price tags, right? Because these are figures which will never be released into the general public. They're not actually going to be put out into stores, and they have some special something which makes them very, very unique in terms of like being a collectible. And that's really the thing about here. Obviously, this one comes with a whole bunch of different crystal attachments. And obviously, that's the reason why it's called the Crystal Fantasy Collection. It also seems like there's the box at least has some sort of electronics attached to it. But yes, this one in general is $100. That's crazy. And this is what Mattel Creations is really about. Very much akin to, as I said, what Hasbro Pulse is trying to do as well. They also concentrate on other fantasy projects, if you will. Like this one's very unique. They already released a Shogun Warriors version of Skeletor, which of course is a mechanized Skeletor, which is in the style of Shogun Warriors back, the popular toy line which was introduced back in the 70s and 80s. And these ones are not cheap either. These are like, from what I remember, $300. Yeah, $300 for a mechanized Skeletor. What the heck, guys? Now the original one was full color. I think Pixel Dan did a whole review on them. This one in particular is their signature edition black version, right? The Golden Havoc edition. So yeah, $300 for this guy. Comes with a whole bunch of different accessories, shooting missiles, right? The Black Havoc staff with a shooting missile, right? Comes with seven missiles. Actually, I learned how to count today. Stands 23.5 inches tall. As you can see, there he is compared to Skeletor. Yeah, these are the types of projects which are being solicited on MattelCreations.com, and it also is where you can get exclusive products. For example, this year they released the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Scareglow here, and obviously we saw that debacle. We saw that struggle to try and get that one. I actually did an entire video on that, and again, this is one of those things where you're gonna have to make a decision whether or not you're going to actually go ahead and jump through the hoops to actually get these crazy figures that only come out, exclusively for Mattel Creations, or as we found out here at PowerCon, which was kind of crazy, they have a general release of Scareglow, and that was not a surprise. I knew going in that they were going to have a general release of Scareglow. I was almost positive that they were going to do it. Obviously, he doesn't come with all of the great additional, extras that came with Scareglow. For example, this SDCC edition of Scareglow, he came with the two halves of the power sword that split in two. His cape is made of a soft goods cape. This the standard release is actually going to be plastic cape, and he comes with a special edition box, which you cannot get anywhere else, right? And that was the big draw for Scareglow. Of course, he comes with an equally much higher price tag. He's actually $30. Actually, how much was he again? I think it was like. Was he only $30? Again, it's been a while since I've actually. They're no longer listing him on the site. I don't know why they have his picture up there, but he's not even listed on the site anymore, which is kind of dumb. But he was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and that's the way. That's what happens with these exclusives. You can only get them at the specialized events. Now, getting to PowerCon. PowerCon was a unique situation. And I'm going to put myself back on the screen here. PowerCon was a unique situation because leading up to PowerCon, what they usually do at PowerCon when they're leading up to it, they actually have their releases and their exclusives, which is a partnership with Mattel. And normally, the way they normally craft these things is several months before PowerCon happens, they actually have a very special limited pre-order, which can be done. The first pre-orders are open to PowerCon attendees, and then the general release for pre-orders happens the day after. And what generally tends to happen with these PowerCon exclusives as well is certain retailers, specifically Big Bad Toy Store, is able to have a certain allocation, which they're also able to offer to the public as well, which is great. I love that idea. I love the fact that multiple channels have the availability to offer these exclusives to everybody. Because myself, having had to stand in line at conventions, the traditional way of ordering these things, it is a slog. I remember the first 2 years ago when I went to San Diego Comic-Con, I had a goal. I had a goal of getting the Lords of Power set, the original Lords of Power set, which they were offering as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive for the Origins release. Now, this was in celebration of the new Masters Universe Origins collection that we're collecting now. And it came with the original, a stylized version of He-Man, which was supposed to emulate what the Lords of Power was supposed to look like. So we have He-Man pretty much with a slightly different tan. He had slightly different, colored hair, much to match the actual style of the illustrations that were in the Lords of Power pitch, which was the original format of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. We had Skeletor with a completely new face. His straps were very, very different, and then we had a version of Beastman, which could look very, very different and now we're actually getting Lords of Power versions coming out now in the mainline release. It also had a different version of Man at Arms. So I tried my best to get that at San Diego Comic-Con 2 years ago. Actually, no, sorry, it would be 3 years ago now. I think I'm right. I think it's 3 years ago. I waited in line for over half an hour trying to get one of these things. And this is like physical lines when we could still do that kind of stuff. By the time I was only 3 people away from actually being able to grab one of these sets. Literally, as soon as I got 3 people away, the person at the front of the line said, "We are sold out of the Master Universe Lords of Power." I waited half an hour in this line to actually try and get that. You should have heard the entire unified. Oh, it was all like 200 50 people in line, all at the same time in chorus, literally just saying the sense of aggravation of staying in line for like a half an hour trying to get their hands on this exclusive set, and just calling so close and just falling just short, myself included, because I was only 3 people away from that. After everything started shutting down because of the state of the world that it's in now, things started changing. We had to do everything online. We had to actually get into virtual queues, and that's where this whole situation with PowerCon happened. And the thing about PowerCon, unfortunately, their first attempt at doing it, and they've done actually multiple pre-orders from years ago, but when they announced this brand new line of PowerCon exclusives for this year, whether it be from YouTubers and social media hyping up these new exclusives, or whether it just be this new resurgence and this new interest in the Master Universe Origins series, whatever it was, there was a fevered pitch in trying to get these brand new exclusives on PowerCon. Even PowerCon themselves, for the attendees, after being locked, first of all, we'd all been locked down, in multiple situations across the world. I think a lot of people were really anticipating this brand new, after so long, even waiting 1 year, missing the first PowerCon for the first lockdowns, right? I think people were just absolutely hungry and just absolutely, ravenous for anything MOTU at this stage. So when they first opened up the PowerCon exclusives this year, the whole site crashed. Now, whether now that comes to a whole bunch of different factors, obviously. Whether it be from the bots, that have been plaguing a lot of collectors over multiple years, the recent years that have been happening. Case in point, PlayStation 5, right, where people are literally just pre-orders are scooped up within minutes, sometimes within seconds. That seemed to happen at PowerCon. And of course, everybody else who's scrambling to try and get these exclusives, it really was a slog trying to get something. And I remember trying to get them that day, and everyone was basically saying the same thing on message boards, on things like that. It's like, can you even log on? Can you order anything? Like, I've been here since 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 12 o'clock Pacific Time. We've been waiting here in line, waiting. And the moment it went on, we tried to order, put it in our cart, and it just crashed. Like, it was just a huge debacle. Just crazy. And we've been seeing it time and time again, whether it be from Target exclusives for their Summer Geek Out. The same situation was happening with the G.I. Joes, whether it be from Hasbro Pulse, which, from the first Pulsecon that was from like last year. I did a live stream on that too. It was the same situation. It was just crazy, right? Every single time something like this, a brand new exclusives come out, it seems to be a fight. It seems to be war, trying to get some of these exclusives into your cart, and then even being able to check out. It's just freaking ridiculous. Guys, you need to check, like, if you haven't already, please head over to MJR Collector and take a look at this past Monday, and take a look at the live stream that I did trying to get the PowerCon exclusives. The last chance I'm doing it. I was one of the lucky ones. I actually did get into my cart fast enough, and I was able to pick up Faker Duplicate, as well as the one thing that I really absolutely needed, absolutely wanted. I was able to actually pick up the Castle Grayskull accessory set, the Mysteries of Grayskull. That was the absolute must that I needed to have, and I risked a lot because I tried to actually grab the duplicate one. That could have, in the world of trying to get these PowerCon exclusives or any exclusives in general, seconds matter. It's really freaking unfair. It really, really is unfair. Getting into that. So basically, you would come to MattelCreations.com, which is where they decided to actually give the second chance, because the first chance was just a crap fest. And I think this was also prompted because the actual PowerCon exclusives actually got delayed in the shipment that they were actually supposed to show up at PowerCon. They were stuck at the dock, and people who were supposed to pick them up at PowerCon were not able to do so. So now there was actually a bit of a glut of a product which wasn't able to get sold at PowerCon. So normally, just like with physical conventions, they grab a certain amount of stock to be able to be sold at the convention itself. And with this one in particular, the product never showed up. So I guess Mattel decided to say, you know what, we can't afford to just have this product sitting around. Let's go ahead and open up another set of PowerCon exclusives, which will show up on MattelCreations.com. So as it happened, they opened up sales again at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and if you guys head over to the live stream I did, you can see just the kind of stress that I went through, and I think everybody went through. Myself, Mad Hatter reviews, a whole bunch of guys. We all did these live streams, or at least reports, on trying to get these PowerCon exclusives, and it was just ridiculous. It really was just absolutely just crazy. Along with those exclusive releases, they also announced that Triclops, the mini comic version of Triclops, was also going to be available, and much like the PowerCon exclusives, which sold out literally in 10 minutes. I think it was like less than 10 minutes. Triclops lasted a little bit longer. I think he was like almost an hour before he sold out. Maybe even longer than that, from what I remember. It was actually, I think he finally sold out sometime around 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon here, Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, there was another exclusive that could only be bought on Mattel Creations, and then they also announced at PowerCon that their newest version, their newest release of a special edition of the Master Universe, Sunman, who is actually a completely different property entirely, not related to the Master Universe, was now being introduced into the Master Universe Origins line, which is great. I'm totally for it. I think that the history behind this character is incredible. The story behind this character, as I talked about last weekend, is touching. It really is something that inspiring as well. Just wonderful to learn about the creation of Sunman and where he comes from and how he came about. Yeah, he also went up for pre-order on MattelCreations.com, and similar to all the other exclusives, he disappeared like that. I think he totally sold out. Pretty much right after the PowerCon exclusives were sold out, he was sold out entirely too. So yeah, this begs the question. This brings us back to what I'm talking about today. Why do we go through all these things? Why do we put ourselves through all this freaking frustration? Why do we jump through all these damn hoops? Trying to get these exclusives. Yeah, okay, fine. They are wonderful exclusives. Don't get me wrong. They look amazing. They're sculpted well. The Sunman will be getting a general release of his own. Okay, it will, but it's not with collector-friendly packaging. You know what I mean? The Sunman that was for the PowerCon exclusive, which was only released on Mattel Creations. He comes with a removable slip case, which folds out into a wonderful full comic book, which is the mini comic book, but it's much bigger. Much more wonderful packaging, right? You can replace the packaging. You can come out instead of coming on a blister card, which you have to rip open, right? So again, much more friendly in terms of what you get. For the packaging itself. The Triclops, yeah, he's only available at Mattel Creations, right? He's going to be a Mattel Creations. He was a fan voted character actually. So yeah, he's already sold out, and you can't get him in the regular line, right? Now, me personally, I'm not really. I don't really care. I like my version of Triclops that I have right now. This one, he looks cool. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm not really that miffed about not picking up this particular character. Each to his own. But he did sell out very, very quickly. And then, of course, we do have the PowerCon exclusives, which, honestly, let's talk about these guys for a little bit. Again, I don't even know why. I have no idea why Triclops is here. I don't even know why they're putting him on it, because he. I don't even think he was at PowerCon. I have no idea why he's there. The two Crimson, the Crimson Horde Trooper and the Midnight Trooper, whatever. I mean, to me, Horde Troopers have always been white. So unless these guys are part of a special tactical commando kill squad or whatever the heck they are, they really don't mean that much to me. Filmation colored Hordak, yeah, he's cool. He's definitely cool. But knowing Mattel, he's going to be released. He's going to be released in a regular edition. So I'm not sweating it. I really am not sweating this version of Hordak. Dark-skinned Grizzlor, whatever. I mean, this guy, as cool as he looks, as cool as he is, I have to say, yeah, dark-skinned Grizzlor, cool. Like, that's fine. But I don't need him. Why? Because they're going to release Grizzlor very, very soon. I'm pretty sure. Probably like wave 8 or 9 or whatever the case may be. That's fine. I can wait. I don't need to spend $150 for 2 Horde Troopers, a different colored version of freaking Hordak, and a darker skinned Grizzlor. I don't need to spend that much money on this exclusives. Does the Christmas cake panettone, special edition packaging? Do I want that? Absolutely. I actually would buy it just for the packaging. But do I need it? No. No. If it was cheaper, first of all, if it was cheaper, I think I would have probably gone for it. But at $150, for the set, what is that? That's crazy. That's crazy kind of money. Hold on for a second. My math is terrible. What's 150 divided by 4? That's $37.50 per figure. Holy crap! That is ridiculous. No, I'm more than happy to pick up the figures that I got, which was the Castle Grayskull's accessory set, which comes with four unique items, right? The what's it called? The dungeon set with the tentacle arm. The what's the other one? The I'm drawing blank here. So wait, sorry. The dungeon grate, the tentacle arm, the spirit of Grayskull itself, which emanates and it's just this translucent whatever the heck it is, and a full figure. And it is a full figure of the spacesuit. And now we're learning that it's actually called a training dummy. So yeah, that's 4 different accessories for only $30. Holy crap, what a value! And I was fully expecting that little thing with Arrow that would have sold out like crazy, and it did. It sold out almost immediately. The other one that I really wanted, and mainly because it's just such a cool concept, I really did want to get Duplicat and Faker. I can't remember the company name, but the Indian version of Faker, the one that was released in India. I wanted like Faker here. Faker here, it looks amazing. He looks freaking incredible. Like honestly, those black dot eyes. He looks kind of like Robin, right? He comes with his own Havoc staff. That's freaking amazing. And of course, come on, Duplicat. That'll be 3 cats on my shelf. 3 freaking cats on my shelf. And you know what? I'm always going to keep praising this. I think that we really do have to give huge props to Joe Amato, the customizer Joe Amato, for maybe even just planting a small seed into somebody's brain at Mattel for coming up with this concept. I think it's great, and there's no hard evidence saying that Joe actually created the concept, which inspired somebody. But I like to think that that's what happened. I like to think that Joe was actually involved and not involved, but through his creativity inspired somebody at Mattel to actually get these 2 characters. Specifically Faker Cat over here. I think that if you look at his work, if you look at the fact that it was made years ago, right? I think somebody at Mattel saw that on an Instagram post or whatever, and it's like, wow, that's really really cool. We should do that. And arguably, I think that Joe's work is even better. But you know what? Being an exclusive, I'm really glad that I was able to actually get that version of Duplicat. But my God, that set alone was I think it was $45, something like that, $50, something like $60, something like that. I can't remember exactly what the cost was, but it's $60. It was $60. It was $60 US. So yeah, it's not cheap. It's not cheap to get these exclusives, and the hassle, the heartache that people go through, not being able to pick up these exclusives. I remember while I was doing the stream, I was just reading, and you guys can go and see it. You can see the recap. You can see everybody's comments on there. Yeah, people are just so frustrated. People just saying, I'm upset about this. I'm giving up on exclusives, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Sorry, I don't mean to say blah, blah, blah. I mean like on and on and on. Like, just people were like continuously frustrated at the whole process. And rightly so. I got super lucky, right? I got super lucky. I was able to actually, run off like a thief in the night for these exclusives. And, I consider myself very, very blessed to be able to have gotten these. Thank you so much, God. And at the same time, I think I was just damn lucky because it like at any moment it could have been taken out of my cart, right? I watched the Matt Hatter reviews. Yeah, man, he went for all 3. He went for the Horde pack. He went for the Castle Grayskull, Mysteries of Grayskull, and he went for Duplicat. And right away, he was like, he was just waiting in line. He could see the ticker going by. It said, "Please do not leave your place in line. You will lose your chance." Right? And he's just waiting, and all of a sudden he says, "Damn it!" And they took away Faker because he'd been sold out. And that I think is the most frustrating thing about these exclusives. The fact that when you have them in your cart and you're saying, "Yes, I got it in my cart. I'm guaranteed to get it." No, you're not. You're not. Right? It literally can be plucked out of your cart as soon as the availability is fulfilled. It's like, wow, what an exercise in frustration. Like, holy crap, just absolutely frustrating. Absolutely, like, a lot of people are saying, this is not the way you should treat your fans, and I get it. But then there's the opposite of the coin, where it's like, well, they did give us an opportunity to have a last chance. I mean, technically, they weren't supposed to do that. Technically, everything was supposed to be sold at PowerCon. Technically, whatever allocation has been done already, it's pretty much sold out. But when you think about it, Mattel did a solid to a lot of Master Universe fans to actually even offer these things, as a second or third chance to actually get them, right? So, yeah, it's tough to say. Like, there's going to be arguments for pro and arguments for con, right? It's just crazy. The one thing I do have to say is that these exclusives are dream projects, and the only way that these companies seem to be able to justify even making these things, because when you're as big as a Mattel or a Hasbro or any of these giant toy companies, you can't just do one-offs. You can't be like a boutique company like Super 7, or what used to be NECA. What there used to be, NECA is becoming a pretty big deal in and of itself these days. But you can't do any more one-off, like small runs, right? Super 7 will do a run of 8,000, 9,000 pieces. And everyone's like, well, why are Super 7 products so expensive? Why are Super 7 products, $50? $45. Why are they $45? And now, $50, $55, whatever. But why are they so expensive? And the reality is that they deal in such small margins, right? Such tiny margins, right? To get the proper margin, or at least a sellable product into stores that will sell for $20, $15, $20, $30, right? To get it down to like that price point, you have to be producing in like tens of thousands. Minimum run of 15, and in many cases 20 to 25,000 piece run, right? That's where you get the price breaks. That's where the economy scale really starts to shrink, and that's the playground where Mattel and Hasbro play in. That's the yard that they play in, right? And to do these types of PowerCon exclusives and exclusives in general, that loses the money. Believe it or not, these PowerCon exclusives, it lost them a lot of money, because realistically, they especially for if I'm not mistaken, somebody can correct me on this, right? But I'm pretty sure that the accessory set, the Grayskull Mysteries of Grayskull set, it probably being the most affordable thing that was on sale at PowerCon, being $30 for 4 different accessories. Holy crap! I was losing my mind, because I was like, holy crap, that's the cheapest exclusive I've ever seen, right? For them to have released that, for PowerCon, I was like, man, they are losing money for every unit that they actually produced for that. But I think where they made up the money on that was definitely the Horde pack, because the Horde pack was just god awful expensive, right? But it sold out. It completely sold out. So whatever they lost on the Mysteries of Grayskull set, they made up on the Horde pack, right? And then the duplicate being $60, it's kind of like a plus minus there, but still everything sold out, especially as well as their second release. Their final release on MattelCreations.com. So yeah, it's just really, really tough. But is it worth the frustration? Is it worth the frustration to actually go through this, to actually try and line up and actually get there, put everything into your cart, and then all of a sudden subsequently, whoop, there goes duplicate. Oop, there goes the Grayskull accessories pack, and then you're left with the most expensive item. And yeah, the other two you didn't get, and really you wanted at least the Club Grayskull set. Yeah, or do you risk just getting one, having to pay for the shipping for just one item, right? Which is damn expensive, because the shipping itself is not cheap either, and then having to go back and try and get the rest of the stuff. Yeah, it's a crazy war. As I said multiple times, it literally was war that day, and it was absolutely crazy, right? So my question today is it worth it? Is it something that you should be not forced to do, but is it something that you want to participate in? Is it something that people are actually interested in doing? Because just looking at my own live stream, I think you can see just how frustrated I was, and a lot of people. Well, myself, I got lucky, but if you look at like the Target live stream that I did, last year at PowerCon, what I did there, frustration abounds everywhere. And running like having it in your cart and then all of a sudden having it plucked out is one of the worst feelings in the world. Check out Matt Hatter reviews. His reactions were crazy, and this happened to him twice as well. Trying to get Muckman, trying to get a whole bunch of different NECA exclusives. Yeah, he's actually shown a whole bunch of times where he's just been things have literally just been taken out of his cart, timed out, and just the absolute complete frustration that people go through. It's fascinating to actually watch, but at the same time, is this something that people should be going through? Like, should companies, do this? And then that's just conventions, right? Now let's talk about the other part of predatory marketing with Target. I did a whole video on the McFarlane release for Target for their year 2 Batman, right, release, and the kind of crap fest that was. Oh my God, what a ridiculous notion there, right? Complete predatory marketing. You're a freaking retailer, for crying out loud. What the heck are you doing? Making these exclusive events that collectors must be in, and this is your last chance. Right? That's just crazy. I've never been a fan of that. I've never appreciated, that kind of, that kind of, again, like I said, predatory marketing. It's just disingenuous. It really is just a terrible practice in my opinion. I don't think things like that should exist for retailers. I really don't think so. And everyone's starting to get into that game, whether it be Target, whether it be Walmart, whether it be all these different GameStop. All of them are starting to get in on this game where you can only get these exclusives. You can only get these exclusives on a certain day at a certain time. And yeah, it's just getting really, really frustrating as a collector. And again, it's predatory. It's disingenuous. It's not cool to the fans. And then to frame it in an idea that this is fans first. We care about the fans. You know what I mean? Just seriously, you don't care about anybody. You really don't. What you're doing here is you're forcing people to talk about your product. You're forcing people to talk about this on social media, so everybody gets excited. So the brand awareness becomes bigger and better for you, and you're using the fans to actually get that to get their message across. Just absolutely freaking insane. I don't know. I'm posing this question to everybody out there. What are your thoughts about this? Exclusives and predatory marketing and things like that. What do you guys think? Sorry, guys, I've been rambling on for 45 minutes, and I haven't even said hi to everybody. So, Yadfree Solo. Hey, Yadfree. Bonjour, my friend. How are you doing today? Thank you for joining the stream. Diecast Fly. Hey, what up, Jay? What up, Diecast Fly? Good to see you, my friend. Armando. Hey, Armando. Good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? Kirk, word up. Word up, Kirk. How's it going, my friend? Keith Tran, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Anthony's Arcade. Hey, Anthony, good to see you. Dude, I'm so sad. My toy show here in San Jose, California got canceled for October. I've been waiting all year for it. Hope it comes back. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. I'm sorry to hear that your toy show was canceled. That's so terrible. After all of us were waiting so long for conventions to come back and things to happen again, that's so disappointing to hear that something like that happened again. Anthony, I hope it does come back. My best to you, my friend. Wow, that's pretty far. Jabbar Robbins. Hey, Jabbar, good to see you, buddy. Heidi ho, Jabbar. Happy 30th to the parties. In the meantime, in between time EP. All right. Well, happy birthday, happy 30th party. Happy 30th to the parties, I guess. Okay, sure, no problem. Absolutely. Happy birthday to everybody. You're gonna have to elaborate on that. I'm not really sure what that means. Diecast Fly. Pardon me. I received notice stating that Super 7, Thundercats, Tigra, and Mumra was delayed until the first quarter of next year. Yes, I was gonna get to that later in the show, but might as well touch on that right now. I also got the same notice from Big Bad Toy Store. So yeah, apparently Wave 2 and Wave 3 are going to be delayed until the first or second quarter of 2022. And the Wave 4 is actually going to be delayed until the third quarter of 2020, the second quarter of 2022. So am I surprised? No. The shipping, the way shipping is all over the world right now, it's just horrendous. Everybody's bidding for the cheapest rates. And yeah, it's a crap fest right now. So yeah, but I'm crossing my fingers. I'm still hopeful that we're still going to get them eventually. And yeah, looking very much forward to actually receiving those things. They look incredible. Can't wait. Absolute. My only fear, and this is a big fear of mine, is that they're all going to come at the exact same freaking time. So we're talking about $250 a shot per four action figures. Holy freaking crap. If I get a freaking notice from Big Bad Toy Store that I have $500 in the wake for one order, I think I'm gonna faint. I'm gonna literally faint. That would be nuts. Aldry473. Hey, Aldry, good to see you, my friend. Hi, Jay. Hope you're doing well. I am doing great, my friend. Armando, my allergies have been getting for me for 2 weeks now. I know your pain. Exactly. Only allergy sufferers know what I'm going through, and we all share that same pain. Danny, is there a way to re-harden the joints of figures? I'm thinking about animating them through stop motion, but I don't want their joints to become completely loose. So, Danny, I'm going to caution you on that. I mean, it's a wonderful thing. You see a lot of different stop animations on YouTube. They're a lot of fun. But if you are going to do that, I would really suggest you buy a second figure, that you can animate, because you are literally going to risk having that second figure loosen all of its joints and never really get them back. The only thing that some people have done a couple of tricks that do seem to work. Using clear nail polish seems to be a favorite one of a lot of different folks. If you go on a lot of different toy collecting forums, you can actually ask the question to a lot of different people, and they will give you their best tips on how to restore stiffen up joints on action figures. So my best of luck to you, Danny. But my first recommendation is, if you are going to do that, if you are going to go through all the trouble, make sure to buy a second figure, because I think that's in your best interests, honestly. Kirk, I got the same way with allergies. I hate it. Yes, we all do, my friend. Eris, what's it called? Eris, Reactin, Activa, all these different antihistamines. They're your best friends right now, honestly, and they still don't really work as well as you'd like. They're better. They make things more tolerable, but they still don't work 100%. Armando, exclusively expensive. Yes, this is generally the case. 100%. I don't deny that. Bacon McShig. Hey, Bacon McShig. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, the Mattel Creations prices are pretty nuts. I totally go for that Super Shogun Skeletor if it was a bit more reasonable. 100%. $300 freaking dollars? No. Not going to happen. Not in this household. Not in this house. I may be crazy. I may be absolutely freaking nuts. But for a giant piece of plastic like that, which fires missiles for $300, even if I was going to buy it, I'd never take it out of the box. Like, what the heck? What's the point? Scareglow SDCC was $34.99. Holy crap! That's actually really reasonable. I knew it wasn't that much more expensive than the regular race. I think it's $15 more or something like that, right? But anyway, it wasn't that much more expensive. It was like, I think, what are the Masterverse? $25, something like that. Anyway, I think it's only $10 more. Honestly, it's a pretty good value. But trying to get one, that was the problem. That guy's fly. Exclusive to me means special packaging these days. All it ends up being in regular retail is slightly less things. I don't disagree with you. I mean, like, Scareglow alone is a good example of that. He's the exact same Scareglow as the general release, except for he has a soft goods cape versus a plastic cape, and he comes with the two halves of the power sword and wonderful special edition packaging. So that guy's fly. What you're saying is not wrong. That's exactly what it is. Pop back to Rick. Good to see you, my friend. I got Tricops in the Grayskull set. Congratulations, my friend. That is awesome. Congratulations to you. Anthony's Arcade. What is your all-time favorite toy exclusive ever? One of mine is the SDC exclusive Mattel DC Universe Swamp Thing. He never had a retail release and was super cool. So I actually have not actually been in the market for exclusives for very long. I started getting into them when I started going to San Diego Comic-Con a number of years back. To narrow down a favorite, if I can even say that there's a favorite, because again, what it really was is, it was actually more of a challenge to actually get them, and that's actually the thing that got to me. But if I had to pick a favorite, I would have to say it would be the Captured Splinter set that I got 2 years ago. That to me was really special because I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and if you actually follow my channel for quite some time, you'll see that one of my earliest toy hunts was trying to get the Teenage Ninja Turtles, and I finally got them, and it was mainly because I was inspired to get them after getting the Captured Splinter set at San Diego Comic-Con. So yeah, if that was anything, if I have a favorite, it's probably going to be that one. Victor Hugo, Victor, good to see you, my friend. Hello, Jay. How are you doing? I did pre-order the Excalibur set. Oh God, is it out now? For frick's sakes. Okay, I'm gonna have to call up EB Games in the morning. I think that maybe it's going to be available there. I hope so. Anyway, I would love to. I'm so obsessed with that set. I really have to get it. My absolute favorite comic book of the 80s. I loved Excalibur. Bacon Mashig. I theorize that the pool of people that can sit around and F5 things and F5 when things go up really expand with the amount of people working from home. I agree. So Bacon, I agree. I totally see where you're coming from. That's not to say that it wasn't that easy to do it in the first place, but definitely with exclusives online, I think that's definitely something that is something that's been happening more frequently now that people are working from home. 100%. Kirk, I like the MOTU series that I try to get them all. Yeah, I know it's becoming a bit of an obsession for myself, but as I said before, you don't need them all. Okay, like that's gonna start to become my own motto, my own mantra. Pardon me, because to be perfectly honest with you, you're not going to get them all. Like that's just going to be a reality. So yeah, guys, just let's all keep that. Hopefully, we'll keep that in perspective. But yeah, I know what you're talking about, Kirk. I'm feeling the same way. Calvin Carpenter. It's the scalpers man, and flippers. You see them on Mercari, eBay, Facebook, Marketplace. These kinds of people is the reason why we can't have nothing anymore. I don't disagree with you, Calvin. Especially when it comes to exclusives, it does seem like scalpers and bots, and they're the ones who are definitely trying to stick it to everybody. And yeah, it's because of them that we're having the hardest time getting these figures. So yeah, I don't disagree. I think in a lot of ways you're absolutely right. Jermaine Hunter, Jermaine, good to see you, my friend. What up, Mega J? Not much, my brother. Not much. How are you doing? Sean Harrell, hey Sean, good to see you, my friend. I'm doing well, thank you very much. Pop up to Rick. I'm not into the Subman hype. I don't get it. He was never part of the MOTU in the past. Yes, he was never part of it. They never claimed that he was part of it, but now he's being introduced into the line. So there's really nothing wrong with that. I don't mind it, but I don't need to buy the exclusive version for PowerCon. I'm going to wait for the general release. Jay, don't forget U.S. currency. Yeah, that's the other problem. So what's $30 for these figures here is what's $30 for the U.S. Purchasers is actually almost $45 for us. So yeah, a big difference. Well, it's more like $40, $42, whatever. Bacon Mashig. Honestly, I think the packaging on the one that was more deterrent than an enticer. I don't need a big circular hat box taking up all that space. I don't disagree. I thought it was cool though. I did like the way it looked. I thought it was amazing. Armando, why did Mattel give credit to the lady for Sunman but didn't acknowledge Joe about his duplicate? So there's the problem though. Sunman was a product. He did exist. He did actually come out, Armando. He wasn't just a concept or a custom figure. Sunman was actually released by a company, and they did market it and produce it, and it was actually released. Duplicate and Faker. In this case, specifically more Duplicate. Duplicate, although it was a custom version made by Joe Amato, and it definitely has striking resemblance to Duplicate after all is said and done. It literally is just a custom figure. It was never released, commercially. It was never something that was marketed, and Mattel doesn't own the rights to it, or didn't own the rights to it, or anything like that. It was just a concept, right? Something that's something that Joe came up on his own, and the reality is that the property is now in canon as Duplicate. And although a lot of us who do follow Joe's work, and a lot of us who say, yeah, Joe should be credited for something, the reality is that Joe did that as a custom. And because of that, Mattel is within their rights to release a product that they tweaked, and it's different enough. And realistically, they have no reason to credit Joe on that instance. Unfortunately, it is sad, but the reality is that Joe is a customizer, and he had a great idea. It looks amazing. It is there on his social media, and has been it's authenticated and everything like that. But the reality is that there was no connection with Mattel. He did not do the work for Mattel. He did it for himself. He did it for a client, and that is the only that's the only attachment he has to it. That's why a lot of us YouTubers, a lot of people who do understand the story, a lot of people who do believe in some way that Joe was an inspiration to whoever decided to make Duplicat, do continue to say that. Whether it be Pixel Dan, myself, Dan Larson, all these other people who know of Joe and what he's done in the past. And yeah, we try our best to just say, hey Joe, we know you did it. We know that you did it first. So here's some props, and that's pretty much the only thing we can do, unless Mattel is willing to go and knock on Joe's door, give him a ring and call him up and say, hey Joe, congratulations, we'd like to give you some credit. Until that actually happens, Joe will unfortunately be the the unsung hero of this tale. Anthony, I love the idea of Sunman. I was able to get him. His package is cool, exclusive comic. Anything new to Masters of the Universe, I'm all open. MOTU can only get better with new stories and characters. I totally agree, Anthony. I totally, absolutely agree, and that's why I'm really excited about Revelations. Honestly, I do like where it's going. I like the I like the show. A lot of people disagree with me, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. But you know what? Without a new show, without new characters, without new stories, we're not going to have toys. That's just the reality of it, and people have to sort of realize that that's actually the case. Diecast Fly, Victor Hugo. Some collectors will pay anything to get the piece that they need. I think scalpers, as much as the part of the problem as the companies for doing it solves. I think scalpers as much as part of the problem as the companies for doing nothing to solve it. I don't disagree. You're absolutely right, Hugo. Victor, I think you're absolutely right. It's something that the companies have to really work better at. More in a lot of ways. It just comes down to stock. It just comes down to stock and availability, and being able to get these products into the hands of the people. That's really what it comes down to. If they had these exclusives and they produced 20,000 of them, whatever, I don't think that they would have a problem. They'd be selling it for cheaper. But again, because they're exclusives, there's a risk associated with that. So they're sort of like hedging their bets. Like they only produce a certain amount, they sell at a price point that they're comfortable with, and whoever gets them, and that's the end of the day. I know it really is hard, and then it's up to collectors to go and find them on the secondary market if they have to absolutely have the completionist concept, right? That I must have this, I must have it to complete my collection. It's a deadly trap, man. And you know what? I fall for it. Everybody falls for it. It's freaking crazy. Diecast Fly, at Armando, they have to give credit. They had to give credit to her because the license they used for Sunman belongs to her. Correct. That's absolutely true. Armando, I wasn't collecting at the time when the con exclusives first came out. They did a solid to re-release them for a second chance. I do agree, and that's exactly the way I look at it. Bacon Mashig, the Sunman is kind of the least interesting character of the Sunman universe. Although that's a pretty similar to He-Man versus the rest of the Masters line as well. To be honest, no, this is not untrue. I mean, if you really, it's kind of like Batman too, right? Batman himself, it's the whole concept that the hero is nothing without the villains, right? I mean, that's the rogues gallery for Batman. If they didn't exist, Batman would not exist. I mean, you could argue so many different ways, right? So yeah, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with what you're saying. But at the end of the day, I absolutely love He-Man. He's still going to be the one character that binds all of these things together. And you know what? Sunman is no different. Corio, good to see you, my friend. I was super excited to get the 2 Triclops mini comics. That's what I really wanted. Congratulations, my friend. I'm glad you got them. Bacon McShig. Hopefully we get Kikto. He was way cooler. Oh, okay, cool. One of the other enemies that was in the series. Yeah, hopefully they'll continue to release a whole bunch of different figures throughout the line. Pardon me. Part back to Rick. I was happy to get the Grayskull set. Nice to finish off my Origins Castle. 100%. That was the one thing that I really needed because again, I felt that the Origins Castle was actually lacking. At the very least, it was lacking the what's it called, the spacesuit. Right, that was the one thing there was absolutely 100% lacking, and because it didn't have the sticker for the grate at the bottom, I was like, what's up with that? Like, why didn't they include it? We know now, and I'm still holding out hope. I'm still holding out hope that they will actually release a slightly different variant of the accessories pack, maybe just the grate by itself, along with the weapons rack. I think that would be really, really cool. Additional weapons for the weapons rack. I think that would be really, really cool. And then the spacesuit on its own. I think if they did that, I think people would be very, very happy. Oh man, I'm so far back. Armando, at Rock, there's more stuff to come out for Castle Grayskull. Yes, I'm hoping so. Calvin Carpenter, Target is something else, man. Yeah, you are not. I'm totally on there with you, my friend. Sunder Gani-san. Hey, Sunder Gani-san. Good to see you, my friend. How's it going? Corey, I'm super frustrated with Walmart and Target. They're only carrying He-Man and Skeletor figures from the Origins line. So, I mean, it's yes and no. They do carry the rest of them, but if you're not there the day, if you're not there within a week of them actually being delivered, these days people are just like running over there and grabbing them as much as they can. But Corey, like honestly, send them up here. Send them to Canada, man. We're dying for them. Like the first release, Origins He-Man, Origins Skeletor, you can't find them anywhere here in Canada. It's crazy. Sunder, hey Sunder, good to see you, bro, my brother. Darkast Fly, I don't participate in these companies' panic cons anymore. They're always going to find a way to put them out. These companies are greedy. Yeah, I don't disagree. You make a very, 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 very good point, my friend. Jabbar, in the meantime, in between the time is a CD that's supposed to keep the party fans but busy until the next album comes out. It features their biggest hit, "In My Dreams." Wow! Happy birthday to the party fans. The Fourth Collector, good to see you, my friend. Will the newest MOTU pre-orders wave be available again? Sunman, Duplicat figure, Grayskull weapons, etc. It doesn't look like it, unfortunately. This was the last chance I think that anybody would have. What I would suggest to you, Fourth Collector, is to bookmark bigbadtoystore.com. A lot of people are speculating that because they had the second chance with the Masters Universe, with Mattel Creations, that a lot of people are actually going to cancel their orders on Big Bad Toy Store because they got them for a cheaper price. So what I would do, and it's actually been happening periodically, somebody cancels an order and somebody just by luck, by some happenstance, happens to be on Big Bad Toy Store, and they see that some of the the PowerCon exclusives are available, so they're in the right place at the right time, and they basically snag one. So just keep refreshing every day on Big Bad Toy Store, every few hours or whatever, and hopefully one of them will actually pop up for availability. Other than that, no, I'm not really sure. I think that the secondary market is your best bet, unfortunately. Noel, how's it going? Well, good to see you. Mr. J, in a strange way, the harder the hunt, the more satisfaction I feel when I get it done. No, this is not true. That's exactly what being on the hunt does. I know exactly what you're talking about, Noel. When I buy Marvel Legends, MOTU Origins, G.I. Joe Classified, TMNT Ultimates, tough but feasible for exclusives. You're absolutely right, Noel. 100%. There is a rush, right? If you actually watch the video that I did last week, once the cart went through and the confirmation notice went through, I literally lost. I was like, yes. I was so excited. You could see the excitement in my voice and in my face. So yeah, I mean, I totally get it, 100%. It's an adrenaline rush. Kid APOC, good to see you, my friend. Kiki works for Kiki works good for loose joints. You can find it on Amazon. Okay, there you go. There's a tip right there. So for loose joints, use KikiWorks. Or sorry, I don't really know what that is. All right, so Kid APOC is giving everybody a very, very valuable tip. The Fourth Collector, Wave 7 Masters of the WWE Universe. Will that wave never be in stores? I've never seen it. I'm still looking for Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Roddy Piper. I'm looking for all those guys. I don't even know what wave that is anymore. So yeah, I've never seen it. Corio, I have this STC exclusive Scareglow. Congratulations, my friend. That is a good one. It's a beautiful figure, not worth the scalper price though. 100%. 100%. It's just crazy. I don't know how people are paying like $200+ for that. It's just insane. Aldrey 473. Exclusives are definitely extraordinary, but frustrating at the same time. I'm not sure if they're extraordinary. I sort of lean towards Kid Diecast Fly's analogy of that, but they are unique. In many cases, they are absolutely unique. Kirk, hey Jay, when you get a chance, tell me what you think of the custom work of the customs I worked on. I did like some of the. I did like some of the images that I was able to quickly go over. I particularly like the Orko staff and the book that you put together. I thought that was really, really neat. I'll have a better chance to look at them later tonight. Thanks, Kirk. Ray Zoner, hey yo Joe, Ray Zoner, good to see you, my friend. Thank you so much for being on the stream. Armando, I think Joe ordered a duplicate set. I wouldn't if I were him. No, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? It's honestly, when you think about it, Armando, that's not honestly. I'm not going to I'm not going to say that what I'm not going to say your level of thinking is wrong, but what I'm going to say is this: why wouldn't you? Why would, as an artist, it's the highest form of flattery that somebody copied your work. A, B, it is proof positive that at least in his mind and in the minds of everybody who follows him and agrees with Joe, that his work was recognized directly by Mattel. Why would you not want one of those? He absolutely deserves and needs one of those, right? And the only thing that would be an icing on the top on the top of that is if Mattel secretly, confidentially gave him a set, complimentary set, and just said, without any acknowledgement, without anything, just sent him a set as a gift. That would be the height of flattery, as far as I'm concerned. Yes, they won't give him the credit for it. I get that, but he should absolutely totally get a duplicate, 100%. I don't think he should not get it. He should definitely get it. Whether he buys it or whether somebody buys it for him, I think Joe deserves one of those, 100%. Like he can put it beside the original version that he did and just be proud, be absolutely proud that Hasbro was inspired. Sorry, that Mattel was inspired enough to actually use it in an official, canonical, work. Seriously, I don't think that he should be upset at all. Like at the end of the day, there's always going to be a little bit of envy, and there's always going to be a little bit of what the F. But at the end of the day, honestly, it's something that Joe should be proud of. Honestly, I think that's what it is, and he should absolutely get one. Absolutely. Whether it's from Hasbro or whether he has to buy it, he absolutely needs one. Shayna. Hey, Shayna, good to see you, my friend. Hey, Jay. True, if they credit him, that might have to pay him royalties, right? So that's where I see where you're coming from, Shayna, but no, not really. There's going to be it's tough. It's tough. I wouldn't have to say that they would have to pay him. I think the acknowledgement would be more than enough, because the opposite is true, right? Like they could easily just say, Joe, shame on you. You're customizing one of our products, and you shouldn't be doing that. And you're lucky we don't see you. You know what I mean? Like, I know what you're saying, Shayna. I totally agree. Like, he should be credited and he should be compensated for his work. But in reality, he was compensated for his work. The customer did pay him, right? It's a work of art, so it does belong to him, the intellectual property rights on that. But at the same time, Mattel can come around, just say, look, you should have made an original sculpt. If you made an original sculpt and it was 100% your sculpt, then we would have no grounds to say that belongs to us. But as it is right now, they actually he did use the base body of the Big Jim Cat, right? The Big Jim Cat, which is the basis of Battle Cat. So yeah, it's rough. It's really tough to say. But I don't disagree with you. If everything was equal, if all things were equal, I would say that Joe deserves to be compensated for his work. But the reality is, it doesn't belong to him on that level. The fact that he used the base of a Master of the Universe. Anyway, it's a whole argument in and of itself, and we're just gonna go around in circles. Noel, Mr. J, a serious question for you: how excited would you be when Mattel announces the real Blast is Brave Star's uncle, and MOTU and Brave Star Universe collide? Heck, why not? I would love that. I would absolutely love that. If that actually happened, I think I really would faint. Honestly, I think that would be absolutely freaking amazing. Bacon Machig. A lot of people seem to be taking Revelations as a thing that's wrecking the MOTU canon, when it's meant to be more like a what-if story. I don't think it's actually what-if. I think it is a continuation, Bacon Machig, but I think a lot of people are just taking it a bit too seriously. We need new stories. We need new stories to make new products. And let's be honest, the Masterverse would not exist without Revelations. They would not have gone through with it. They would not have brought back classics. They won't bring back classics, right? They won't bring it back. And this is the closest we're going to get to collectible figures for adults in Mattel for Master Universe. So we should all be happy for that. And on that note, now because the door was open, for Revelations, now we already know Princess of Power is going to come with a Masterverse version. We're going to be getting a brand new Eternia. I can't remember what it's called, but an Eternia, new Eternia. I think it's new Eternia. Yeah, we're going to get new Eternia figures, and we're even going to get Masterverse versions of the new He-Man and the Masters of the Universe cartoon, which I want to talk about a little bit before the stream ends, because that honestly, I have a lot to say about that. Rayzoner, TMNT Ultimates Wave 6 next week. Any ideas of what they are? I'm not collecting it. I'm not collecting Wave 6. Guys, in the comments, please let us know what you think, your predictions for the TMNT Ultimates Wave 6 from Super 7. Let us know in the comments and the comment section below, and the chat. Armando, rewatching your live stream PowerCon still gets my adrenaline going. You're too nice, Armando. You're hilarious. But thank you. Dark Eyes Fly. I may grab the Masterverse Stinkcore and Scareglow and keep them in packaging. Still deciding, but they do look good. They look amazing. Honestly, if you're going to start getting into multiverse, do it because of the figures that you want. Forget about everything else. If you don't like the first version of Tila, don't get her. If you don't like the first version of He-Man, because there are going to be more, I'm telling you right now, don't. If you don't like the first version of Skeletor, don't. Collect the figures that you want. That's the whole point of being a collector. Collect Stinkcore, collect Fisto, collect the first the Captain of the Guard Tila, collect what's it called, Man at Arms, collect whoever it is you want, right? Leave everybody to the side. It doesn't matter, right? Only collect the figures you want. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of collecting. That's awesome. Thanks. I'm glad you're thinking about picking them up. I say do it. Diecast Fly. Scareglow looks amazing. Fabulous Disaster. Hello, Fabulous Disaster. How are you tonight? Jabbar Robbins. I managed to get Gatchaman Volume 14, but it's in Australia, and I still can't find Volume 18. Well, brother, at least you got it. Congratulations on picking them up. If anybody can help Jabbar find Volume 18 of the ADV version of Gatchaman, please reach out to him, see if you can help him out. Pardon me. It's on eBay, though. Oh, yeah, I know. eBay can be rough. Pop back to Rick. Mattel Masters of the Universe Origins Sunman action figure confirmed. Brand new. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm reading this wrong. Canadian. Okay. All right, brand new Canadian $846.39. Really? $846.39. Buy it now, Canadian. $41.41. Shipping. Jesus Christ. The seller is practically giving it away. Should be $946.39. Oh, Jesus. I know I know you're joking there, Pop Back Direct, but that's disgusting. That is disgusting. My God, I can't believe that. That's ridiculous. Kirk HT. Don't forget the CGI He-Man show that's on Netflix is enjoyable. I just sort of mentioned that. I'm just catching up to everybody's comments. Armando, I couldn't get through to the one full episode of the new kid-friendly He-Man show. Really? I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. But I'll explain why I enjoyed it and what's going on with it. Tidary Hanger, new kids He-Man show just came out. Makes Revolutions look like it was completely wrong. Sheila personally delivers the sword. Sheila. Who's Sheila? Who's Sheila? I don't know who Sheila is. Sheila personally delivers the sword to... No spoilers. Sheila. I don't know who Sheila is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tidary. I'm sorry. I don't. I'm sorry, Mike. I don't know who that is. Jabbar Robbins. I don't have it. I said I found it. Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you already bought it. Michael Traverso. Good morning, everybody. So much MOTU. Really digging the new kids show. So am I. I really am. I'm really digging it. All right. So I really want to. Oh, okay. Tila. I know so many great things about that. I got to talk. We're definitely going to talk about that. Sheila is Australian. Tila. Ah, okay. So, Mike, are you Tila? Are you Australian? I had no idea. That's awesome. All right. So, because I know I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose my place again. All right. So let's. I'll get back to the Master Universe cartoon show, but really, let's go on to the other topics that I had for tonight, because I always end up doing this. I always end up going a little bit outside of everything that I was doing. So going on the lines of the exclusives, Hasbro Pulsecon is coming up fast and furious, October 23rd, 22nd, 23rd, and honestly, what we're supposed to be thinking really for the Pulsecon is the releases. The releases are what we're supposed to be thinking about for Pulsecon, but a lot of us get caught up with the exclusives that are supposed to show up, and it's going to be another one of these big huge fights that we're going to get into. Because to be perfectly honest with you, this is just going to be freaking crazy. Obviously, the ones that are going to be Hasbro Pulse exclusives, a couple of them actually got. Okay, what happened there? No, that's what it was. Sorry. Yeah. These are going to be ones that people are going to fight over a lot for this upcoming PulseCon. We have the Transformer Generation Deluxe, War for Cybertron, Agent Rave and Micromaster Decepticons Forever Ravage. This is going to be a huge thing for a lot of Transformers fans. I mean, honestly, I wasn't really a big. A lot of people know I didn't really follow Beast Wars that religiously, but I do have to say this version of Ravage, honestly, he looks incredible. Seriously, he looks absolutely stunning. Would love to have him in my collection. I'm not gonna try and grab this one, unfortunately, because my focus this time around is definitely going to be on G.I. Joe and Star Wars. But yeah, this version I'm absolutely in love with. If somebody gets it, congratulations to you, because he definitely looks amazing. He comes with another version of Ravage, the original version of Ravage, as a tape form. So yeah, it appeals both to the G1 fans as well as the Beast Wars fans. And why wouldn't it? He looks incredible. Best of luck to anybody who's actually going to try and get this at PulseCon. Honestly, he looks absolutely stunning. Seriously. And honestly, the fact that he comes with a version of Ravage, just icing on the cake. Just incredible. For you Power Rangers fans, this is one I might actually try to get. Honestly, he looks freaking incredible. I'm hoping they have a general release of the Pudgy Pig. Honestly, one of my absolute standout favorite villains in the series. Absolutely love this guy. I hope that they do release a general release version of this in retail stores, because honestly, I honestly would not want to miss up this character. He looks freaking stunning. I've always loved the fact that his mouth is basically everything about him. He's just basically a head with a mouth and has arms growing out of it. Just incredible. Love this character. Best of luck to anybody who's actually going to try and get him. He comes with a whole host of accessories. The freaking lunchbox, man. Like, seriously, that is just genius. Just absolute freaking genius. Oh my god. Yeah, comes with a pie, comes with nachos, tacos, fork and knife battle attachments, weapons, if you will, and blast effects. Seriously, this guy's freaking amazing. Honestly, anybody who's going to grab this guy, I'm going to give it a shot. But honestly, it's I have to concentrate on the this one here. I got to concentrate on this guy first. Make sure I get this guy first. As soon as I get him, I'm going to definitely try and get all the others. But yeah, Zartan is definitely the Master of Disguise Zartan. Color changing Zartan. This is the one that I'm actually gunning for. Seriously, what is Zartan if he doesn't change color? I already have the general release of Zartan, but if I don't get this guy, I think I'm going to cry. Seriously, I'm going to have at least 2 people trying to get this for me. Between myself, we're all going to try and grab it. So yeah, this is going to be the big prize for that weekend. It's going to be freaking nuts. Comes with a host of accessories. Really excited about this. A number of different faces, a number of different accessories. Storm Shadow's quiver. The Arashikage quiver, the Arashikage bow, right? A brand new Gatling gun accessory, right? Or long rifle, whatever the heck that is, right? And of course, we're talking about 6 different heads, 7 if you include the one that he actually wears. You know what I mean? Like just absolutely crazy. Really looking forward to actually having this guy. Going to be gunning for him myself. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be an absolute war. This is going to be freaking nuts. And then we get to Star Wars. Holy crap. We're getting into Star Wars. Just absolutely ridiculous. And the offerings here are just too enticing for words. Mike, are you going to be going for these things, brother? Seriously. These are just insane. We're talking about the Star Wars series Cantina Showdown, Power of the Force Cantina Showdown, Black Series Edition. We're talking about, Panda Baba, Dr. Evansan, squaring off against Obi-Wan Kenobi. What could be better? Pivotal scene out of New Hope, right? Honestly, the only thing that could make this better is if we had Panda Baba's arm severed and bloody and on the floor. That would be the only thing that would be the absolute icing on the cake. But that's, of course, is not going to happen. But this set is an absolute must-have for any Star Wars fan. Holy crap. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get it. $104 freaking dollars. Oh my god. Just crazy. This, though, is going to be one of those homage characters that I'm really going to gun for. Because, honestly, if it wasn't for Dave Filoni, I think Star Wars would be going in a completely different direction than it is right now. And, honestly, this is an awesome tip of the hat to this wonderful director, writer, creator, driving force for the current iterations of The Mandalorian and, of course, Rebels and a majority of the episodes in the Clone Wars. So yeah, without Dave Filoni, I think that I think that the series would be very different than it is today. Trapper Wolf here, definitely going to try and grab this guy. He looks amazing, honestly, seriously, and that arrogant smirk. I love it. I love that smirk. I think that we definitely need this figure in hand. Definitely going to try and gun it. $30 for this guy, absolutely must have, 100%. Then we have the Emperor's Throne Room. Again, for vintage collectors, this is going to be a must. Comes with so many different accessories, including the Force Lightning, right? The throne itself, the new face sculpt for the Emperor, the fact that he can sit down, the star field in the background with the window of the Death Star, and of course it flips around for 2 different scenes, with and without the rebels fighting the Imperial fleet. So yeah, definitely a must-have. $31. Oh my god, why wouldn't you try to get that? So affordable compared to $104 for the showdown. And then everything else is just a mishmash of everything. Like Elvis MODOK. Yeah, I'll take it or leave it. Like seriously, yeah, not something for me, but definitely something for people who really love this character. I do have to admit he looks awesome, but I don't think I'll be getting him. The freaking burger. Oh yeah, just crazy. Comes with another figure. Yeah. Honestly, it's gonna do it for some people. It's not doing it for me. $73, not a bad value for what you get here, considering MODOK is actually pretty expensive in and of itself. So yeah, best of luck to anybody who's trying to get MODOK. And of course, the Marvel Legends series Venom. Yeah, this is the cartoon version that was on the Fox cartoon. Yeah, I get it. I get it. The cell shading on him, the red highlights, the blue highlights, which was obviously a signature edition that was on the cartoon series itself. Yeah, definitely, I understand where this character comes from. He's definitely got a wonderful lineage. You know, those two pegs in his shoulder blades just really kind of bug me. But what are you gonna do? You know, he's based off of the Omega Red body. So yeah, best of luck for anybody who's gonna try and get this one. Definitely, it's not gonna be in my radar. But yeah, these are going to be wars in and of themselves, guys. Uh, honestly, I am I am not at all that stoked to get to be fighting for these guys. But unfortunately, I am in that trap. I do absolutely need the Masters of the Disguise Zartan, so I am going to be getting up at the crack of freaking dawn to try and get this guy. I do really want to get Dave Filoni's Trapper Wolf, and I do really absolutely need to get, or at least want to get, the Vintage Collection Emperor's Throne. And if by some miracle I'm able to get back and try and grab the Pudgy Pig, I'm definitely going to be going for all these characters. But having experienced Pulsecon last year, it is my hope, it is my absolute hope that GameStop here in Canada might be able to get another deal where they actually get them so the shipping is cheaper, and of course it just makes it easier for me to get them. But I have no qualms about that. I have a funny feeling it's not going to happen, considering that they've gone to a new model with North American orders and things like that. So yeah, I'm thinking that there's going to be another war. I'm going to have to drag in a whole bunch of my friends to actually get core decks. I'm going to have to drag them into trying to grab all these guys. Yeah, it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be just one of those things where, setting myself up for a fall, man. Setting up myself for a fall. We're gonna see how it works and whether or not we're gonna be absolutely elated or absolutely disappointed. This is just one of those things. Again, just the trap we make for ourselves, right? It's just absolutely insane. Like what do you do? What do you do? This is just crazy. These exclusives, love them or hate them. Sometimes they're just too good to let pass. I mean, like Dave Filoni. I was so excited when I heard that. What's his name? Happy Hogan from the Iron Man series was being released, because I also consider John Favreau one of the driving forces for the Mandalorian. So yeah, I had to get his action figure. Absolutely, bar none. 100% I wanted to grab. So yeah, that was a huge thing for me. Absolutely. So yeah, just crazy. Another one of these things that's just gonna be such a huge amount of disappointment and frustration for everybody. But yeah, are you guys gonna be in on this? Are you guys gonna go on PulseCon and I'm gonna go and check out the announcements and all the upcoming releases and things like that. But a big part of PulseCon, because it's exactly what it is. It's a toy company, right? Yeah, it's all about getting the exclusives there. So yeah, it's gonna be oh god, just crazy, just abso-freaking crazy. Tidarian Hammer says no, mate. All right, Mike. I guess you're not Australian. I can tell. Oliver Belmonte. Hey, Oliver. Good to see you, my friend. My 7-year-old nephew is liking the new Netflix He-Man, and my sister is asking me to have the toy when the toys are going to arrive. Honestly, I am liking it. I've only watched 3 episodes so far, and I actually like it. I actually really, really like it, and I got to get more into that if we have time. Dakas Fly, yeah, those 2 Masterverse figures look good. I'm just not going to go down into any rabbit holes, so I might just grab those 2. I agree. Collect what you want. That's just that's going to be my mantra from now on. And you can't have everything. That's my other mantra. Michael Traverso, October 1st, Oliver. All right, so the figures are coming out October 1st. Pop Actor Rick, I need a laugh at the end just instead of being mad. I agree with you, Pop Actor Rick. You are that's the attitude. Rezoner, Zarfan. Zartan. Oh, here we go, Mike. PulseCon Zartan. It will sell out in 23 seconds. Well, Mike, let's get ready, brother. Let's get ready. Let's all try to help each other. Let's see if we can get them. Oliver Belmonte, a new Netflix CGI He-Man show isn't bad. I agree. I totally agree. Jermaine Hunter, I only want that color-changing Zartan. Best of luck to all of us, Jermaine. Best of luck to all of us. Pop back to Rick. I wonder if they'll make a blonde Tila like the first comic. You know what? They sort of hinted at that. Kind of. There seems to be an illustration at the back of one of the boxes that actually shows a blonde Tila. If I have time, I'll go grab it. You know what? Give me 1 second. Let me see if I have it handy. I don't think I do, but let me just let me see if I got it. Hold on. Am I right? No, I'm not. I don't remember which box it's on. I think that's the problem. But yeah, there have been many iterations of Tila. Pardon me, guys. As I said, I have allergies. So the one on the Battlegrounds He-Man, yeah, this is I think it's Warrior Goddess Tila or something like that. She's got a helmet on. She looks amazing. Honestly, I would love this version of Tila for sure. But the other one where she's got yellow hair, I think that's on the Panther box, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have the Panther box handy though. That's the only problem. I don't have it with me. So, but I'm pretty sure it's on one of those boxes. I don't have all the boxes here, so that's the only problem. If I had them, I'd be showing them off. But yes, I'm hoping they make one too. Oliver Belmonte, at Michael, thank you, sir. My 7-year-old nephew might ask his mom for the He-Man toy. That's awesome. I'm loving it. Seriously. Zach Fly, at Tardemian Hanger, damn, I clocked the sellout at 19 seconds. Ricky Ramirez. By the power of Grayskull, these toys look amazing, especially the Power Ranger villain. That's the only thing I really have to talk about that. Yes, I love the Pudgy Pig. The Pudgy Pig looks incredible. Seriously. Raymond Chong, that Zartan is nice. Yes, he is incredible, isn't he? I'm really looking forward to it. Rayzoner, I want the pig's taco for classified figures. Yeah, that's what a lot of people do, right? A lot of people just use them for like. A lot of people end up using them just for accessories, right? Which really looks a lot of fun. Pardon me, guys. Allergies. Rick Ramirez. Master of Zartan looks like Reiko from Mortal Kombat. Oh my god, no way. Yeah, I don't agree. I don't disagree. Are you talking about the hard master or the soft master? I don't remember. Tardarian Hanger. I get what I can, but dang that price. Yeah, I know. It's gonna be rough. I need 2 of those cantinas for a real diorama. Yeah, they join together, right, Mike? I'm pretty sure that's how they do it. Dude, that's $200. That's $230, man. Holy shit. That's gonna best of luck to you, brother. Holy crap. That's gonna be a rough one. Victor Hugo, $105. Geez, I dig those sets though. Yeah, they do look amazing. If I have enough left over, I'll try, but I don't think I can grab it. Rayzoner, Retro Legends, Hobgoblin is my favorite. He does look good. I'm not gonna lie, but that line in and of itself, there's a lot of Spider-Mans in there, man. There's a lot of Spider-Mans in there. Jermaine Hunter, I also like the Emperor. I also like the Emperor and that Venom. Yes, the Emperor is definitely a must, especially with that price point. Really, really affordable. And the Venom, yeah, you know me. Just 2 freaking sticks on his shoulder pads. Michael, speaking of con exclusives, it looks like the PowerCon organizers might be sitting on a lot of unwanted merch because Mattel opening up sales for the second printing of those exclusives. What? Looks like PowerCon organizers might be sitting on a lot of unwanted merch because of Mattel opening up the second. Okay, I see what you're saying. And I think that is the problem. But if that's the case, that's a good situation for us because what that means is Big Bad Toy Store will probably pick up all of that extra stock. Pardon me, guys. My allergies are really starting to run wild now. And they might actually relist them at a certain date. So everybody, if that's the case, if Michael is correct, make sure to bookmark the PowerCon exclusives on Big Bad Toy Store because there might be a second chance if it's true and PowerCon has to actually shuffle all of their merchandise up to Big Bad Toy Store because that's a huge thing. they'll have to sell them off somehow. Oh, man, guys, if you can avoid allergies, do. But once it starts to develop, I'm telling you, man, it's something you don't want to wish on your worst enemy. I'm telling you right now. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. It's just, jeez. It's getting late. You know, the heiress is wearing off. It's crazy. Emperor is a must. Yes, 100%. That throne room looks freaking insane. Michael, I weep when I see what people have paid for those PowerCon exclusives on eBay. Yeah, so do I, my brother. It's just insane. MIS1, I need that Zartan. We're all getting in line, friend. We're all getting in line. We're all getting in line, my brother. We're all getting in line. Jabbar Robbins at Jimmy Hunter. I do not know Zartan. I do know Zartan hates the sunlight. Yep, Zartan 100% hates sunlight. That's why he changes color. That guy's Spy, are you opening any Filmation classics tonight? Maybe not tonight. Maybe tomorrow. I think I'm gonna aim for tomorrow. That guy's Fly. My allergies are kind of killing me, and it's just getting, things are getting progressively worse as the night goes on. Michael, Blonde Tila, Mattel seems like they're running out of vintage characters when they recolor them and offer them up as new. Fingers crossed that they do something fun. Maybe bring in retro. Maybe bring in some Recmo characters. They're not running out of characters, Michael. They're going to bring out every other character known to man. But what happens is they also like to bring in characters that a lot of people have been asking for. So the Blonde Tila looks pretty cool. I think she does look pretty neat. And I think that they'll release her just because it's a exclusive, and they're probably going to release her on Mattel Creations. Old School Shinobi. Hey, Old School Shinobi. Good to see you, my friend. Hola, aloha, toyo boyos. Hola to you too, my friend. How are you doing tonight? Renegade Biker. Hey, Jay and all. I just got done with work and Uber. I will probably be driving for Uber later today for the Arkansas Razorbacks game and with Georgia Southern. Nice. Hopefully nobody throws up in your car. Knock on wood, my friend. Knock on wood. Old School Shinobi. Snagged the Retro Legends 3.75 inch Silver Surfer and Stealth Iron Man last week. I'm digging this line. That's awesome, my friend. Yeah, they do look cool, don't they? I saw the Invisible Woman today. Mark, Jay, do you think they'll ever make a 6-inch Storm Shadow cartoon accurate with short sleeves? I don't think that's gonna happen. I think they'll make a version which is close to the. I think they'll make a version which is closer to the cartoon, but I think that it will still be in the style of classics. So maybe they'll make him with short sleeves, but I think he'll still have a lot of pockets. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the detail work is still going to be very much classics inspired. If he showed up in a classical version on the video game, it's probably more than likely going to be based off of that. But the classic version, I think, is going to show up on Super 7 first. To be perfectly honest. Razoner, I hope you're not allergic to collectibles. If I was, I wouldn't be this close to them. Armando, looks like some Benadryl for my. I just took some Benadryl for my allergies. Getting drowsy now. Good journey in case I knock out. Good journey, my friend. I know your pain, so I'm right there with you. Jabbar Robbins, allergies are a breeze compared to barometric pressure. Barometric pressure migraine. I'm not trying to compare ailments, my friend, but honestly, everybody suffers in their own little way. I don't wish any of these ailments on anybody. Pardon me. Mark, do you think we'll ever get a PS5 for regular price? Say next year or the year after, LOL. I mean, I've been getting, I'm not going to try to say anything, but I've already helped a lot of people get pre-orders for PS5s. The way I've done it is I put myself on multiple EB Games lists, and they keep calling me up. So whenever they call me up and saying, yeah, this guy didn't want his, do you want it? I basically say, yes, let me grab it. And I call up any number of my friends who I think have kids or even want one for themselves, and I say, hey, a PS5's come up, do you want it? And they rush over there. So my suggestion, and I did this after the rush. So my suggestion is to go to EB Games, GameStop, and just put yourself on the list and see if you get lucky. Seriously, Mark, never pay scalper prices for these things. They're not worth it. Oliver, since Hasbro is making Zartan, maybe they should bring out other dreadnoughts. I heard that Zarana is coming out classified this year. I'm pretty sure they will. It's just going to take some time. Old School Shinobi, the 80s Remco MOTU knockoffs were fantastic, but they were primarily based on DC comic characters. Well, there you go. It's going to be rough to actually bring them out. A full range of 6-inch dreadnoughts would be very, very cool. Absolutely. My MIS1, my Triclops shipped yesterday. Oh, congratulations, buddy. Hopefully you get it soon. That's going to be awesome. So, on that note, since we're on the topic, I think we'll go ahead and just end off the night and talk a little bit about my personal thoughts on He-Man and the Masters Universe so far. So, in a nutshell, I'm really, you're going to do this. I'm really, really enjoying it. Honestly, I'm really, really enjoying it. Armando, I'm not sure if it was Armando, but I think it was Armando, saying that he couldn't get through episode 1. I know why. I know why you get through episode 1, and I'm going to go through my thoughts on that. So, here's my take on this. Okay, guys, here's my take on this. I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm enjoying it, because I love DreamWorks animation. I think DreamWorks animation looks freaking awesome. So it reminds me a lot of DreamWorks animation. I really love the way the characters move, the way they look, the way they're designed. I really love that about the show. That's number 1. Number 2, and it actually was my roommate Core who told me, who kind of made me realize this. They have this Overwatch aesthetic. They actually look like Overwatch characters. A lot of the designs, a lot of the technical designs, even a lot of the fantastic designs are very similar. Are very similar to that. They also have a very Fortnite look. They actually have a very interesting Fortnite aesthetic, and that's not a coincidence. That's because the most popular game in the entire world right now for kids is Fortnite. So why wouldn't you design the characters to look like Fortnite characters? It just makes sense. And that actually is turning off a lot of people, including Core. Core's not really into that. I am absolutely in love with the designs. I think they look great. He-Man, of course, to me, still kind of bugs me. He skipped leg day. Seriously, He-Man, you can't skip leg day. You gotta do leg day. I'm sorry to say. He looks like way out of proportion. It just makes no sense the way he looks. Even Cronus, he looks kind of pudgy, but he's got a more proportioned look. Now later on in the series, I think I can't confirm this yet, but I think they're all going to start transforming. When you start watching the series, you'll understand what I'm talking about, and I think that's where things are going to start. You're going to get these weird characters that have really big upper bodies and really small lower legs. They haven't I've only watched 3 episodes, and in those 3 episodes, I've learned a lot. And honestly, as I said, I'm enjoying it. Why do I enjoy it? Okay, I'm enjoying it because I'm separating my adult self from my kid self, and it's hard. It's hard to do. It is hard to separate your adult self from your kid self. Okay. But I'm one of those guys who every now and then I'll go back to the original Filmation He-Man and I will watch it, and there are certain episodes which I absolutely adore. I adore certain episodes of the He-Man Filmation cartoon. And then you go to some other episodes which are absolute just what the heck? I actually enjoyed watching this. Oh my god! And that's because they were written for kids. We got to remember this. These cartoons were written for kids. I watched. I tried to get through the first season of Thundercats. Oh my god! Oh my god! I could not. I had such a hard time. I had to cherry pick the episodes I wanted to watch. You know what I mean? Like that's the reality of children's programming. They were written for kids. There are scenarios where you're sitting there. You're like, why the hell did they let that happen? How the heck could that happen? Doesn't he know that's what are they thinking? Oh my god, that's just stupidity. Oh my god, how could that's so childish? Yeah, it's so childish because it was written for kids. And that's the thing you got to understand about this particular series. This series was written for kids. All right? You have to put yourself in the mindset of a child when you're watching this cartoon because it is written, it is developed, it was made for freaking kids. I'm sitting there, the very first episode, I'm watching the scenarios that people are getting into, right? The fact that, a kitty cat is stuck in a tree and the kid literally jumps off a mountain to go get it. I was like, what are you doing? Get a rope. Get something. Do something intelligent. No. The kid literally followed his instincts and jumped off the mountain to go rescue the kitty cat. That is the way a child thinks. You know what I mean? They think with their hearts first. They think with their emotions first. They don't think with their heads. And that's actually the way the series is written. But it's such a charming series. It really, really is. I am truly enjoying it, watching it through a child's mind kind of scenario. I really have to put myself in that mindset of a child. And unfortunately, it's so hard. I'm literally sitting there watching it. I'm like, oh, that's funny. The jokes, oh my God, the jokes are so juvenile. They're just ridiculous, right? Two palace guards corner Tila, and they're literally bantering with each other. They're not attacking her. They're not taking advantage of the fact that she's trapped. No, they're literally like, oh, this is this. Oh, that is that. Oh, however are we going to grab the swords now? Completely, it's literally like playing a game. They're literally playing games with each other, and you literally have to just sit there and wait and watch. Just take it all in. Avatar: The Last Airbender was written really, really well. I can sit and watch Avatar: The Last Airbender cartoons all day long because they're written in a certain way that it's not condescending to kids, and at the same time, it's not difficult for parents to watch or adults to watch. There's just enough balance between the writing and the scenarios that they find themselves in that it's enjoyable. He-Man and the Master Universe is not quite as clever. It is very juvenile. It really is. It's incredibly, incredibly juvenile, and you have to accept that if you're going to watch it. The way they solve problems are very 2 + 2, right? They're not well thought out. They deal with the situations which they're presented with, in the way young people would deal with them, right? And that makes sense. It's written for young people. It's written for kids. So if you're gonna attempt, I'm gonna caution everybody out there. If you were going to attempt to watch the series, you better be ready to watch a kids show because it's a kids show. But it's charming. It's charming as hell. And they have so many different callbacks. In the first 3 episodes, they have so many callbacks to different characters from the MOTU universe. It's amazing. Now, if you're expecting to see He-Man, He-Man and the Master Universe from the 80s, canonically, from the 80s, you're not. This is a complete reboot. This is a 100% absolute reboot of the series, right? There are different people in different roles. The story is still more or less, at least as far as it is at this stage, from the first 3 episodes that I've seen, it still follows the basic storyline of He-Man and the Master Universe, in so much that Adam has a destiny. He has friends who support him. All the characters are still there, but each one of them they have a different role. Like Duncan is not a father. Tila is not a daughter in that sense. She's not adopted. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. I don't think I'm spoiling anything by saying that. Ramen or Ramen in this case, she has a helmet and she's stubborn but she's not dumb. She hasn't taken too many blows to the head, right? Again, it's interesting. And Cringer is the biggest surprise for me, honestly. I was completely blindsided by what they did with Cringer, but that in a great way. I think Cringer is awesome. Honestly, I think he's great. I think he's great. I think the series itself has a lot of potential. I really do. And honestly, I am really looking forward to finishing the rest of the series. I'm going to do a first reaction video maybe to it, or maybe not. I think I'll do a review of the first 3 episodes. I think I'll do that. But honestly, I think it's great. I think it's a really good jumping point. I think it's actually really, really cool. Kind of weirded out about Randor, but I think that he's going to develop as the series develops. So we'll see how things move. Laterally, maybe we'll see how things develop. But I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. The animation's awesome. The effects are really, really cool. The scenarios in which they find themselves in, yeah, they are kind of childish. Admittedly, it's not going to win any writing awards. I'll tell you that much right now. But in terms of developing a new story for kids and making action figures available to kids who want to collect them, maybe even a gateway to like movies and television, additional TV shows, as well as video games. Yeah, I think that there's a big potential here for a lot of new stories for He-Man and a lot of new generation to actually get into He-Man and the Masters Universe. So I'm all for it. Honestly, I'm all for it. And honestly, I was kind of on the fence about hearing about the new Masterverse line of He-Man and the Master Universe toys. I might change my mind about that. Because honestly, these characters are growing on me. They're growing on me leaps and bounds. Again, He-Man's overall design is kind of whatever, but I am sort of liking it. I haven't seen, the Power Rangers idea that I see in the trailers, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. I really am. I'm seriously enjoying the series so far. We shall see. Things can change. There are 10 episodes. There are 10 episodes, and we'll see where it goes. All right, guys. Wow, we're coming up on 3 o'clock in the morning, guys. Thank you again for joining me and sharing with me, and this time for me is very precious to be able to share with you guys. You guys are incredible. Thank you again for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. Before we actually get to the rest of the comments that are here, and I'd like to actually remind everybody that we're coming up on we're actually coming up on 3,700 subscribers. Guys, that is incredible. I can't believe that we've made it this far, and it's because of everybody here. It's because of all of you guys who have liked, comment, and shared the videos, that subscribe to the channel, and of course, support just giving your support over the years. Thank you so much for all of your support. You guys are the reasons why I keep doing all this. You guys know this, and I really want to give back to this community. So once we hit 6,000 subscribers, guys, I am going to be giving away one of these breakers with Ramshackles. This is my way of saying thanks to this community that's been so good to me. Guys, thank you again so much for this. You guys are the reason why I do this, and I really want to give back to you guys. So this is we're also going to be giving away a whole bunch of other prizes using the Wheel of Elimination. As you guys know, it's going to be a lot of fun. And for everybody on the MJR Collector channel, don't worry, we're not leaving you out. Once we reach 2,000 subscribers, I was able to find another one of these guys. So we're going to be giving away another one of these when MJR Collector actually reaches 2,000 subscribers. Guys, this is a celebration of reaching these major milestones, and it's because of you guys. Thank you ever so much again for all your love and support. For liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much, guys. It really is amazing. And this is a privilege to be able to be here every weekend, having some great conversation with you, trying to escape all the situations that are happening around us. Just take some time, remembering the great memories we had as kids, and really enjoying finding all these wonderful toys back on the toy aisles. Honestly, guys, it's incredible, and it's because of you guys that I keep doing this. Thank you ever so much. So again, at 6,000 subscribers, we're going to be giving away one of these on Mega J Retro. At 2,000 subscribers, we're going to be giving away another one of these at MJR Collector. Guys, thank you again so much. The Wheel of Elimination, there are going to be a whole bunch of other prizes available to be won. So don't worry about that, guys. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Thank you again. You guys are incredible. Let's before we log off tonight, let's go through the last few comments here. Renegade Bikers 24. Are you allergic to tree pollen, Jay, or is it something different? My allergy starts in the fall. So I am allergic to. I have hay fever. I guess that's what they call it. I was allergic to fresh cut grass when I was younger. I think that's kind of subsided, but mostly it's pollinants. It's pollinants. A lot of whenever they shoot up into the air, I suffer a lot. So they usually shoot up into the air at the beginning of the summer, and then they usually shoot up again during the fall. So the beginning and the end of the summer. That's usually when things start hit me, and they hit me hard. Noel. Mr. J, I received an email from Hasbro thanking me for supporting the Galactus HasLab, which will be phenomenal next year. Anyway, a little thank you makes me feel much appreciated, as you know. Of course, Noel. You should, especially for backing such an amazing project, they should thank everybody. Congratulations, my friend. That's an amazing pickup. Mark, did you ever come across a Flock Panther again? I came across the regular Panther, but passed up on it. Mark, if you really need one, let me know. I come across them every now and then. Are you in Ontario, Mark? Because if you are, then I should be able to get to you pretty reasonably. So let me know. Let me know what you think. Maybe we can meet up or something. Old School Shinobi. Many of us as older collectors need to accept that these toy lines need to change and evolve in order to appeal to a new generation of fans. That's how franchises survive. Absolutely, Old School Shinobi. Your sentiments are my sentiments, 100%. Thank you so much for saying that. Darkest Fly, I'm at episode 7. I think it's an interesting story and a new take on MOTU. My daughter is still trying to get used to the character designs, though. Don't worry. It's as things grow, as things grow on people, they'll probably grow on her too, if she chooses to continue watching the series. So Jamie Hanger, it still makes Revelations irrelevant. Mike, you and I are going to disagree on that. I think Revelations is great. Honestly, I think Revelations is great. I think a lot of people are taking it too seriously. I think that, where a lot of people have a disconnect with Revelations, it just seems to be the wrong reasons for having a disconnect. I think that as Old School Shinobi has said, and a lot of people have actually pointed out, we need new stories in order to actually continue the line to keep the toys to keep coming up. Yes, the story is no longer about He-Man. I get it. I get that. Am I disappointed about that? Yeah, actually, I kind of am. But I've always wanted to find out more about Tila's destiny. It's something I've always wanted to find out, and now that she's taking that journey, I'm enjoying it. Killing He-Man, is that even a thing? Because honestly, He-Man continues to come back. Every champions continue to come back in the Eternian mythos. We've seen it. Wonder Bread He-Man, King Grayskull. Viking He-Man, just all these different champions throughout Eternia's long history, right? This is canonical, right? That's actually happened in the comics. It's happened in the mini comics. It's happened in the 2000X version, right? These things do exist. We do know that King Grayskull is a real person, and now in this universe, King Grayskull looks completely different than he did in the 2000X. Is that wrong? I don't think so. Kevin Smith, the way he's decided to do this, it's shocking. It's shocking. It's absolutely shocking. But it's interesting. I think that if everyone took the time to watch it with a fresh set of eyes, without any biases, and that's hard. That's hard. It's hard to watch something without any biases. I went in on watching it with a bias. I did. I went in thinking, you know what? I want the series to be about He-Man. And it wasn't. But I was okay with that. Because I really want to see Tila's story. And that's what I got. A lot of people talk about, certain aspects of the show which are kind of that they didn't like, and I get that. No, it's not going to be for everybody. It's not. But is it enough to really say that it's destroying the He-Man story? I don't think so. In my opinion, I don't think so. I think there's still a lot of story to be told. A lot of people are worried that, Adam's in a lot of trouble, and I think he is. I think Adam's in a heck of a lot of trouble. But will it make for an interesting story? And that's the difference. So far, it's made for an interesting story for me, and I'm very much looking forward to finishing this story. If it turns out that the rest of the story is crap, I'll be the first one to say this was terrible. But if it's a story which makes sense and it can actually further the story along to another set of stories which are going to be really good, then I'm all for it. 100%. I have no qualms about a new story for He-Man. But that remains to be said, because there's still another 6 episodes to go. I can't remember anymore. There's still a number of episodes that need to be told. So, yeah, I know I know where you're coming from, Mike. I get it. I totally get it. But for me, I'm enjoying Revelations, and I don't think it's irrelevant. I really don't. I think, and because of what Revelations has done, it's allowed us to have another set of toys, and now we're getting even more toys in the Masterverse line. So it can only be a good thing. Anyway, I still get it. It's not going to be for everybody. I totally understand. Jermaine, I started watching Cops again. I love Cops, man. That's such a great show. Megan McShig, Cops needs a toy revival. I'd love a nice new 6-inch scale of Dr. Bad vibes as my villain shelf. That's awesome, dude. That cone head with the brain case. Love it. I still need McBoom Boom. I love that guy. Honestly, one of my favorites. Old School Shinobi reminds me of the old Super Friends cartoon. Corny as hell, but a big fan. I totally agree, 100%. Mark Monet, Robotech had a good script writing. It was the first time I was exposed to anime. I love Robotech, dude. I've done many episodes with Robotech. Old School Shinobi, I recently snagged an issue of Cops #1 from DC grab bag in an old comics at Ollie's. Oh, dude, you know what? Cops #1 was violent as hell. Done it in a very unique style. I remember getting it as the first #1 very early on when I was collecting comics. It was really great. Pop Direct. When it comes to MOTU, face it, it's for kids over 40. Why are you trying to win the kids first? Why not just accept for adults who grew up at that period? Honestly, Rick, I'm going to disagree with you. Master Universe is for anybody, right? If you start letting kids watch the Filmation version when they're really, really young, I think they'll get into it. But as they start growing older, into their tweens, they're not going to enjoy it. They're not. And we as old schoolers, let me tell you, if you try to watch Master Universe from beginning to end, you're not going to make it through many of the episodes. They're just too poor. They're just written for kids of the age. They're not that enjoyable. They really aren't. There are some really, 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 really good episodes. Even and the writing was so good on certain episodes. Like one episode that I absolutely adore is the one where Man-at-Arm's friend actually gets bitten by a bug and is deathly ill, and He-Man has to travel from one end of Eternia to the other end just to find some vineyard so that they can actually heal his friend. And even at the end of his journey, the spirits of this place would not let him have the vineyard unless he showed humility. And that was an incredible episode. Oh my God, that was incredible. The writing in that one was absolutely solid. I love that episode. I continue to watch it as many times as I can whenever I can see it. But there are episodes which are just a slog, man. Like really, really terrible written episodes. But pretty well written episodes for kids. So it's a mixed bag. You know what I mean? It really is. But saying that MOTU is not for kids and shouldn't be for kids, no, that's not true. This new generation needs new cartoons. And this new Master Universe cartoon, I really think it's good for kids. I really do. And I think that every kid should have a chance to watch it, and that they should make toys for these kids. Because if you don't make toys for kids and you don't let them watch kids' cartoons, what are cartoons for? Cartoons were made for kids. That's just, that's what it is. Cartoons are made for kids, right? That's where I'm going to disagree with you. Old School Shinobi. Because the adults who grew up in that period aren't going to be alive forever, and they want to expand the franchise into younger markets. I agree. I totally agree. Kevin Masters. Hey, Kevin. How's it going, bro? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well and staying safe, and that everybody down south is coping, man. I hope you guys are doing all right. I'm doing well. Chris Allen, good to see you, my friend. I was lucky enough to get the Grayskull accessories pack on Monday, which is the only one I wanted. Congratulations, Chris. Great pickup. It was a hard fight, man. It was a hard fight, my friend. A very, very hard fight. Congratulations. Kevin Masters, would you agree that the MOTU or the original MOTU storyline is better? Okay, so hold on. I'm going to say that the original MOTU storyline is the original MOTU storyline. So yes, by that notion, of course, I am in love with the original mythos of Masters of the Universe, 100%. Revelations has not deviated. Think about this carefully. It has not deviated from the original storyline. It really hasn't. If you really break it down to its basic form, it hasn't. Adam is still the inheritor of the power of Grayskull. That has not changed. Teela is still in the destiny as the next in line to become the sorceress. That has not changed. Skeletor is still trying to gain the power of Grayskull. And anybody who's watched the series knows how that ends up. That has not changed. So when you really break it down to its basic forms, the story of He-Man and the Master of the Universe, or in this case, the Master of the Universe Revelations, has not changed. It's still the same. The basic story. They've introduced new stories, right? We have now been introduced to an official character for King Grayskull. First time ever in the Filmation, continuation, which is what this is being billed as. And that's awesome. We've been introduced to, the concept of Scareglow for the first time ever. And that's awesome. So realistically, the original story has not changed. So in that fact, it's not any better or worse because it's still the same story, right? The baseline story, right? The original, concept of where Master of the Universe is, right? Through Lou Scheimer's vision that Adam is the prince, he inherits the power of Grayskull, and he is the protector of the power of Grayskull. That actually has not changed, right? Skeletor is trying to gain the power of Grayskull, and we find out what happens on that line. That has not changed. Teela is the inheritor of the sorceress protector, the sorceress's power. That has not changed. So the fact that people are complaining about all this stuff, I don't understand. I really don't. Kevin Masters, how about the animation style? Well, it just changed. It's not going to be the same thing as rotoscoped animation from the 1980s. It's not going to work today, right? Nobody's going to accept rotoscoped animation from the 1980s. I love the anime style. I love it. It looks amazing. Freaking He-Man looks freaking sane. Let's be honest. He looks incredible. Teela looks buff. Yeah. Seriously. She looks buff. I'm not gonna candy coat that. Evil-lyn looks buff. I'm not gonna candy coat that either. Yeah, that's what they decided to do. You just have to accept these things and move on. That's what it is. Is the story good? Yes, it is. Oliver, I couldn't get the PowerCon faker, but in the end, I got the MOTU Origins faker at his toy store here. Congratulations, dude. That's becoming hard to find too. It feels good to relive my childhood once again. The toy bucket list is filled. Congratulations, Oliver. Great pickups. Top Actor Rec at Old School Shinobi. Put yourself in the place of a kid when you were in the 80s. If you had saw your parents' Howdy Doody figures in the MOTU collection, where would your interest have been? Honestly, Rick, you're not making I know what you're trying to say, but you're not. That's not exactly the same. Not exactly. New stories have to be made for kids, and the today's kids, they like Fortnite. Today's kids like that 3D style from Filmation and from DreamWorks, and they like 3D animation. So you got to bring it. Actually, no, sorry, your point kind of makes sense too, actually, because you're right. The animation style of Howdy Doody, sorry, the style of Howdy Doody, the toys of Howdy Doody are not going to appeal to the kids of the 80s like us. Similarly, He-Man toys are not going to appeal to today's kids, so they had to make something new, and that's exactly what they're doing. So, Rick, no, I agree. You're right. The new He-Man cartoon is exactly what they need. Audrey478, thank you, Jay. Take care, feel better, and have a great weekend. Thank you, Audrey. You too. I hope you're doing well and stay safe, my friend. Gabriel Guyet, I'm sorry, my friend. I'm not going to be able to pronounce your name. I apologize. But thumbs up to you too, my friend. Old School Shinobi, pop back to Rick. I don't know if that's a fair comparison. MOTU is timeless action adventure that can be tweaked for new generations with a huge cast of characters. I am in agreement with Old School Shinobi, but I don't disagree with pop back to Rick. His analogy actually makes sense. The 80s kids are not going to appreciate Howdy Doody, and today's kids are not going to appreciate MOTU. So we had to make a new version of MOTU, and they've done that. That makes a lot of sense. Old School Shinobi. Plus, I didn't have 12-inch Inspector Gadget doll, which I loved as much as my MOTU. Oh, there you go. Renegade Backer 24. Jay, I recently got the vintage Jinx wetsuit and soon coming Crimson Twins, as well as the Leatherneck and Torpedo and all their file cards. Dude, you are just killing it with the vintage stuff, man. Awesome. Congratulations. Great pickups. Popular Direct at Old School Shinobi to win the kids' interest in MOTU, a live movie version, not the 1987 type either. Again, I'm gonna disagree with you, Rick. I'm gonna disagree with you. That's not necessarily what needs to happen. Not necessarily. What kids need to have a basis on what to watch for a movie. They're not just going to go and watch a new Masters Universe film. That doesn't make any sense. They have no idea who the characters are. This new version of He-Man makes sense. Start them with an origin story, get them hooked, and get them into the cartoon. That makes sense. If you were going to do a one-off cartoon for He-Man in a Filmation style in the theaters, I think they would have come up with the same idea, just in a theatrical format. I'm going to disagree with you. Don Wigan, good to see you, my friend. Grew up on MOTU, love Revelations. The 80s version of MOTU just wouldn't work today. It's still there to enjoy, but has moved on forward to the world and the world as a different place. I agree. I totally agree. Old School Shinobi. This is right. There's no right and wrong here. There's no right and wrong. But I agree with Dom and I agree with you, Old School. And Rick, I disagree. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I disagree. Because I think that we need to open ourselves up. We need to allow the kids to choose their own cartoons. Whether this cartoon lives or dies is based on the kids. This is true. And I think that we'll find out. We'll find out if the kids accept it. Also, Shinobi, Cops Number 1 had awesome early artwork by Bart Sears. It looked great. I loved it. Oh man, that did not go well. Okay, that was not good. Pardon me, guys. Old School Shinobi. Yeah, OG film MOTU, pardon me, is not quality writing. I can still dig Thunder the Barbarian, Advanced D&D, Defenders of the Earth, and Inhumanoids. For a show that ran as long as the Filmation of Master Universe and the mandates that they had to follow, every episode had to have a moral to the story. You can only go so far with those without running out of interesting stories. You start getting repetitive. You start having to come up with forcible ideas for teaching kids about good morals and good values. So a lot of the stories that happened in Master Universe, as it started to drag on to 70, 80, episodes, it got really hard to write good stories. I don't blame them for the stories they wrote. I still enjoy them. even as campy as they are. But today's kids, right? They're not yesterday's kids. And again, we would not be able to sit through the entire 3 seasons of Master Universe or however long it is without literally falling asleep. It's just not that interesting, honestly. Pop Hector Rick. I'm happy when the kid is into MOTU, but this has come from him or her, not a parent who's trying to relive his childhood through the kids. I agree. I totally agree. Which is why we need new cartoons. Which is why this new cartoon for Master Universe makes sense, because this kid has to want to watch it. So that makes complete sense, Rick. You are absolutely right. Gabriel. God, I'm going to have to stop soon, guys. Oh. It was a great video you were talking about. Jesus. You guys might see me expire tonight. I don't know what happened there. Oh, these allergies, man. These allergies. Gabriel, it was great to see. It was a great video. You were talking about the $800 Transformer. You were talking about the $800 Voltron. Do you know when it's coming out? Do you know when it's coming out? It was the first time looking at your video. I liked it and so I subscribed. Well, thank you, Gabriel. You're amazing. You guys might see me expire tonight. You actually might see it. All right, Gabriel, if you want to order it, I think that they just got a new stock on bigbadtoystore.com. Let's go check. Yes, it's back up for pre-order. Pardon me. It's back up for pre-order on bigbadtoystore.com. If you're interested in picking it up, $699 with a $70 non-refundable deposit. That's 10% down. Oh my God. It's estimated to arrive on January 2022. Don't believe that. It'll probably get delayed. But it is back up for pre-order. If anybody's interested, $699, $70 non-refundable deposit down. Guys, please head over to bigbadtoystore.com. Pick up your version of Voltron Defender of the Universe Carbonics Series Voltron. He is amazing, an incredible Voltron. Honestly, one of the best that's been made for today's with today's technology. Gabriel, if you're interested, please head over to bbts.com. Type in Voltron in the search and look for Carbonics. The Voltron Defender of the Universe Carbotics Series Voltron. That's the one that you should be looking for. The estimated release is January 2022. That is not going to happen. I can almost guarantee it. Then again, I've been wrong before. So best of luck to you, Gabriel. I hope you're able to reserve one. Chris Allen, I love Revelations. Chris, I'm right there with you, brother. Mark Minet, my son likes Fortnite and Twitter and hates toys from daddy in the 80s. Hates toys far from daddy in the 80s. We're all different, man. We're all different, especially today's kids. They have their own sensibilities. Shayna, this generation kids aren't into cartoons or toys because social media makes it so our kids are into more adult things and pressure them to deviate from children, from being a child. I don't have kids, so I would not be in a position to even comment on that. But I will say that I know a lot of parents who have kids who really do enjoy cartoons and really do love toys. So it's not outside of the realm that kids can enjoy toys, but I do know that video games are a huge influence on kids. I know that the internet is a huge influence on kids. I know that social media is a huge influence on kids. So I can totally see where you're coming from, Shayna. And yeah, if it's true, pardon me, that I'm dying here, guys. If it's true that social media is steering kids into enjoying adult-themed concepts, that's sad. That is very sad because kids need to be kids. So I know how I can only imagine how tough it is for you, Shayna, to be raising kids. So if you have kids, sorry, I didn't mean to to assume. Best of my best and my good vibes to any parents out there who are trying to raise their kids right in this environment. It's going to be very, very tough. Old school Shinobi. Yeah, they can be. They can be. But this is a combination of my allergies too. Shayna. Markman A. True. Fortnite is popular with kids, but does not translate into toy sales. This is absolutely true. But however, there are tons of Fortnite figures out there, and Hasbro has just obtained the license for Fortnite, so they must be selling somewhere. Pop back to Rick. Jay, kids don't know Hulk, Spider-Man, Iron Man until the movie. Well, of course, the yo-yo sold like crazy after that with the kids. I hear you, Rick. But that doesn't negate the fact that if you're going to introduce a cartoon series to kids, you need to start, with an origin story, and it's got to be animated for the kids to the animations that they like, right? Whether that be the Toy Story style or the Shrek style, or the the Fortnite style, or the Overwatch style. You've got to create characters that appeal to children of today. So this new this new style for He-Man is exactly what the direction that they need to start going in, honestly. And we have to give it a chance. That's basically what I'm saying. Yeah, eventually I might have to. Old school Shinobi, I gotta admit, I love the Fortnite toys. I don't play the video games, but the character designs are awesome, and they get great blank slates for assigning stories stories and personalities too. I don't disagree. Some of them do look amazing. Mark, actually, at 420. Actually, my son bought a Fortnite figure at Walmart. Again, they must be going somewhere. I'm telling you. Jermaine, it's reintroducing MOTU to a new generation. Exactly. And creating a MOTU storyline for them, which is great. Old school Shinobi, only $700. Wow, what a bargain. I know, right? Pop back to Rick. I think you were allergic to the Flock Panther. It's nowhere near me. I'm allergic to Flock Panther's price. How's that? Kevin McCauley. Hey, Kevin, good to see you, my friend. Just got home. Went to have drinks at Petite Potato. I hope you enjoyed yourself, my friend. Thanks for dropping by. Really appreciate it. Gabriel, thank you, bro. Thank you, Gabriel, for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. Pardon me. I really appreciate it. It doesn't sound like I do, but I'm dying here. But thank you, Gabriel. Thank you so much. Kevin. Hey, Jay. I seen Slag at EB Games. Congratulations, buddy. I hope you grab him. He's an amazing figure. All right, guys. 2.5 hours. Holy crap. Thank you again for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. I am dying right now. So I'm going to have to figure out what's going on with me. I'm pretty sure it's just something went down the wrong pipe. I want to thank each and every one of you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. This is the highlight of my weekend. Being here with you guys, sharing our memories and our love for toys, cartoons, pop culture, and everything in between. Guys, you're the reasons why this channel is doing so well. You're the reason why I keep doing this. You're the reason why that I love coming here every weekend, spending time with you guys, reminiscing about good things, debating about why Master Universe is the way it is and is the way they're going and the direction that's going in right now. We don't always have to agree. That is not always the case. We are not always going to agree. But having open conversations like this are important. We need to have an open dialogue. We need to understand each other. And I welcome the chance to talk with you guys and understand why I like something, you don't, why I agree with something, and you don't disagree with something, and you don't agree with something. I'm losing my train of thought here. But anyway, guys, please feel free to send me any comments, any suggestions, anything you want to talk about. I welcome the chance to discuss it with you. It's something that I think we need to always have as a community, and the Mega J Retro community is so important to me. So being able to have time to talk with you guys and really work this out, and just come to an understanding. And whether we agree on it at the end of the day or whether we disagree at the end of the day, that's okay, because you guys are amazing. And I truly appreciate having the chance to spend some time with you, especially in the climate that we're in the world that we're in right now. Being able to reach out and touch people and converse with people the way we do, it's a blessing. Being able to be able to have met everybody here and really get to know everybody here, it's a blessing. Guys, thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. Don't forget, as I'm dying here, because I am literally dying, figuratively dying, at 6,000 subscribers on the Mega J Retro channel, we are going to be giving away the breaker with the breaker with the Ram cycle, and at 2,000 subscribers, we're going to do the same for MJR Collector. This is my way of saying thanks to everybody here who supported the channel. You guys are amazing. You deserve it. We are going to be doing the Wheel of Elimination, so there are going to be more figures to be giving away as well. So don't worry about that. Everyone's going to have a chance to win these wonderful prizes. My way of saying thank you to everybody here for giving me the opportunity to share my memories with you guys, share my love of toys, and of course, everything pop culture, cartoons, and everything in between. Guys, thank you again so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. You guys are amazing. I love conversing with you guys. I hope you guys are doing well, staying safe. I love each and every one of you out there. Please take care of yourselves. And everybody in Australia, everybody in France, everybody out there who's having trouble, and the situation looks bleak, but we are going to get through this, guys. We're going to get through this together. Know that we're all thinking of you, and we're all trying to support you in whatever way we can, guys. We're all going to get through this. We're all going to get through this together. Stay strong, stay safe out there, guys. Last comments before we log off, really quickly. So Kevin just got home. Gabriel, thank you, no problem. Pardon me, guys. It's getting worse. Zamir Mass says, "Hey, man, hope you're well." It doesn't sound like it, Zamir, but I will be okay. Old School Shinobi, got to run. Thanks for the positive vibes, Jay. Have a good weekend. Thank you, Old School Shinobi. You're amazing. You take it easy, my friend. Kevin McCauley, take it easy, Jay. I'm going to try. Get some rest. I'm going to try, my friend. Mark Menet, hope you feel better, Jay. Good night. I really hope so, my friend. I will. I'll be fine. Pop back to Rick. Thanks for the friendly agreement/disagreement debate. Done in respect. Of course, Rick. We are here to have fun. We're here to talk. And again, we need to have these dialogues. We need to talk about this. And I welcome the chance to discuss it with you. 100%. Rick, my friend, take care, be well, and stay safe. Shayna, Geek Proud friends, hope you're all in good health and stay safe. Yes, Shayna, thank you so much. Old School Shinobi, that breaker set is fine. It does look amazing, doesn't it? Hopefully you'll be able to win it, my friend. Gabriel, I think the kids need to make their own memories. Correct. I believe so too. Thank you, Gabriel. Shayna, true, Gabriel. Let kids be kids and make their own path. 100%. Pop back to Rick. Let's agree. I'm better looking the Whiplash. Rick, you are a beautiful person, man. You are great. Don't change, Rick. Don't change. Guys, on that note, I want to thank each and every one of you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. You guys are amazing. I love each and every one of you. Please do well, be well, stay safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll be okay, everybody. I will be okay. Thank you very much for your well wishes. I love each and every one of you guys. And as always, everybody, Geek Proud.